Bachelor of Surgery, where I completed also in the year 2020. After I completed, I had the opportunity to enroll in the Doctor of Medical Laboratory Sciences program at the UDS. From there, I completed in the year 2023. In the same year, I also enrolled with the Accra Business School to pursue a Master of Business Administration program, a generic option. I've been in student leadership. I was president for University of Ghana Allied Health Students Association. I was president for National Health Students Association of Ghana, and by virtue of that, I was member of the National Executive Committee of NUCS. I was chairman for the NUCS at 50 Central Planning Committee. From there, I became the president of the National Union of Ghana Students. Right after NUCS, I entered into mainstream politics, where I ran for MP in the 2020 general elections, but I was unsuccessful at Mampo constituency. In the year 2022, I ran for regional secretary for the NDC, which I won, and I'm currently serving as the regional secretary for the National Democratic Congress. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Our honorable guest, this is parliamentary sitting, so we don't clap here. I will plead with you to listen to the proceedings in silence. Please, it is very important. Take note of this. Order. I will call on Honorable Elvis Ose Mensah Dapa to start. Please, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Honorable Chairman. Congratulations once again, the incoming Regional Minister for Ashanti region. Congratulations once again. I'm told you are from the Vakus land, that is Osei boys. On behalf of our Brempong boys, we say congratulations once again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Because I'm also a product of Osei boys. Honorable nominee, my first question, per my investigation, couple of researches, I can see and feel like you like TikTok. Am I lying? How often I meet you at TikTok?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Yes, that is correct. I'm a social media person, and I always choose to engage with the youth on social media. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Any further question?
My second question. How are you going to manage to bring all the paramount chiefs in Ashanti region to solve disputes? For example, when you come to Ahafuano Southwest constituency, we have 2 paramount chiefs and sub-chiefs 48. So in case of emergency, how are you going to So in case of emergency, how are you going to resolve issues to deal with the chieftaincy once is one of the best institutions in our region.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So traditional leadership is one that we cannot downplay, and more so in the setting of Ashanti region. Thankfully for us, the Otufo Osetutu, His Royal Majesty, is one who is very much revered and has so much leadership control within the traditional front in Ashanti region. Mr. Chairman, when giving the nod, I'm going to work closely with the Minister and His Royal Majesty in order that when issues, conflicts whatsoever start arising, we would be able to confront him at the early stages in order that we can solve them head on. So when giving the nod, I want to assure Mr. Chairman and the committee that I'm going to work closely with Ministerial and the Transitional Council in order that we'll be able to resolve any problems that may arise. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Honorable Nominee, what are your plans to improve upon road network? Precisely, I have a road, for example, in Ashanti region, from Yoso, that is Afano Southwest constituency, up to Esuoko. Now, we have done a couple of processes. At the moment, I can say that we've reached at a certain point. Will you be there to facilitate it in such a way that Yoso to Esuoko road in the Afano Southwest constituency can still proceed, or?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Road infrastructure is one area that, when critically paid attention to, can help bridge the infrastructure gap so far as the region is concerned. Mr. Chairman, within we also Domiabra all the way to Menshia within the Afano Southwest constituency. Personally, I went there for campaign activities. So I've had a first-hand idea about the road nature or the nature of roads in those areas. When giving a nod, I want to assure Mr. Chairman and the House that these areas are areas where cocoa production is on the high and cocoa farming is on the high. I would work closely with the cocoa board so that we can lobby and get much of the cocoa routes into these areas. And again, work with the sector minister for routes in order that we'll be able to get the needed development in all these areas where their efforts, especially in farming, contribute significantly to the economy of the Ashanti region. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I will proceed to give the floor to Al-Hassan Umar, Honorable.
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Nominee, congratulations, and I wish you well. I believe you will be the first youthful face to handle such a very important region and the Golden State. And I don't have much than to wish you well so that our party too will grow. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. May I give the floor to Honorable Hajia Ladi Ayamba.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, let me take the opportunity to congratulate the young regional minister. I know how hard you have worked. I'm not oblivious of that. You did well. You worked so hard. And your work has proven itself. No one needs to say it. I have worked directly with most of your activists, and I know very well that yours has brought some addition. I only want an assurance that you are not going to be an armchair regional minister and let the party go down again in the Ashanti region, and that you will work hand in hand with all stakeholders for the party and for the region and for the whole of Asanteman to know that yes, we are, and that we will continue to work hard. Otherwise, I wish you all the best in all the endeavors that you will be facing, and may Allah bless.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So, as the Honorable Member rightly put it, I'm very youthful, and I represent the youth in governance, and I have that responsibility of making sure that I make a stronger case for the youth. I want to assure Mr. Chairman and the House that I was regional secretary, and I wasn't armchaired. I moved around all 47 constituencies. Some I spent as much as 3 days over there. I want to assure the House that I wouldn't be seated only at the RCC. I'll move around to make sure that the work is done, and done well within the various municipalities and assemblies, in order that it will be a good example to involve the youth in governance subsequently. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I recognize Honorable Dr. Anana Ayu Afriye.
Honorable Chairman, it's not mischief, but it's interesting that I'm going to ask Dr. Marco Hene questions. I would say Dr. Marco Hene is consciously NDC, but it's my product politically in students' politics. Yes. If you have a son who differs with you ideology-wise, you always grow him. And I'm very happy to see somebody I've fathered at student level being appointed to the region. Dr. Marco Hene, congratulations. This time around, you as a regional minister and me as an MP wanting the best for your region. Are you ready for that?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Yes, constructive criticism is part of leadership and governance. And as you rightly said, you well trained me within the Students' Front. Mr. Chairman, the Honorable Member is the first NASAC president, and I was the 10th NASAC president. And though ideologically we differ, we joined forces to make sure we build and rebuild the Students' Front. And I want to assure Mr. Chairman and the House that with that tolerance and that ability to accept dissent and divergent views, I'm going to ensure that when given the nod, I'll work hand in hand with all political parties, every person within the region, the old, the young, in order that collectively we can build Ashanti region and move the region forward. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any further question?
Yes, Honorable Chairman. Looking at Ashanti region, the fact that the MPP has more members of parliament in Ashanti region is going to be your predisposition in terms of yourself, your DCs, and the MPs towards development of Ashanti region.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Once you are elected into office to serve the nation, to a larger extent, we are expected to put behind our partisan affiliation in order that we can partner well and build our respective constituencies and the region at large. Mr. Chairman, when giving the nod, I'm going to ensure that the MMDAs and the chief executives who man these sectors work closely with the respective members of parliament so that every constituency, every district, every municipal, and the Metropolitan Assembly get to see the needed development. So yes, the MPP has quite a number of MPs within the region, but I'm sure that with the right engagement and partnership, we should be able to leverage on that to even help make sure we develop the region. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, and I'm done with this. It's a simple question. Mr. Chairman, thank you, respectfully. Would you encourage...
Or your last question?
Last question. Would you encourage only and only responsible mining in the Ashanti region?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. As a medic and knowing the health implications of irresponsible mining and the effect on even the unborn, and the society, I'm going to work hard to closely work with the sector ministers and the agencies to ensure that we take good control of mining within the region and do well to make sure we, if not completely, to a larger extent, eliminate irresponsible mining. That I want to give you my assurance, Mr. Chairman, that I'm going to work hard and assiduously on that to make sure we restore our water bodies and the environment. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I will then proceed to give the floor to Honorable Sukparu Adams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Frank, congratulations. Mr. Chairman, I've known Frank for the past maybe 14 years. We've worked together in our students' days when he was the NASAC president, but then I was also leading the PUSAC, private university students in this country. When he became NUC's president in Ghana again, he was always in touch with me. We collaborated in so many things. And I am of the view that this is the right choice for the Ashanti region, considering the fact that he's the youngest so far in the ministers appointed by His Excellency the President.
Please, your question.
My question, Mr. Chairman, it is to congratulate Dr. Frank. I cannot ask him any question because I've worked with him in the past and I have no doubt in his, competency. And therefore, I can only wish him well and let the people of Ashanti region know that this is the best for them. And also, they should give him all the needed support that he needs to run the region. Congratulations, Doctor.
Thank you. I will now give the floor to Honorable Adams Abdul Salam.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Doug, congratulations. First of all, on behalf of the Ashanti MPs Caucus, we would like to congratulate you and thank you for your contribution during the campaign. You, together with the regional executives, made sure that we upped our numbers in Parliament from 4 to 7. And I'm sure with your leadership in the region as a minister, we hope to increase those numbers in the subsequent elections. I have a question that I'm sure would be on the minds of a lot of people. People who have followed you know that you are heavy on social media. Have you done any TikToks today?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I've posted just one video today.
On your way to Parliament to show that you were coming for a vetting.
Okay, so I have a team that manages my social media account for me. So as and when there is an incident or there is an issue, they show it to me, then they do the needful by posting on social media.
So, Minister, can you assure this committee that you will not over-rely on social media in a way that would impede your performance as a minister?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I think that from the discussion so far, it is clear that I've been involved a lot in youth leadership. And in time past, when I was young, my father would send me to the community center where they get to play Ludo, Dummy, among others. In recent time, those centers do not exist. There is a new society known as the social media, where we get the opportunity to share ideas and also to interact. So right from my student days, I was very present on Facebook, Twitter, among others. Having been elected as regional secretary for Ashanti, I noticed that, and upon profiling the region, I noticed that most of the youth were rather on TikTok. So I may be posting on Twitter, but I would not be getting my target audience. The reason for which I needed to be very much present in that space in order that I would be competitive enough to champion the ideas of my political party and also His Excellency the President. Given the influence and the following I have on social media, Mr. Chairman, I want to assure the committee that I'm rather going to use the platform to promote good governance, to leverage on that in order that they all buy into the developmental agenda of the region and the country at large, so that we'll be able to drive the youth along and also get them to own the developmental policies of the government and the country. So I want to assure the House that I'm not going to overly rely on social media. However, the platforms will be available so that the youth who would want to reach me can still send a message, and there will be a team there who will look at the messages and draw my attention in order that I will be able to assist them where need be. With this said, I want to thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, so as a regional minister, you are going to be supervising the MMDAs. And with your presence on social media, have you thought of how you could leverage on your presence to enhance local participation in local governance?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I think that it is an interesting area that, when given the nod, I would like to explore. I intend to be on the field, as I've been advised to, and spend enough time with the various MMDAs so that we'll be able to not only supervise and monitor, but be part of whatever they are doing. Considering my youthful nature and the fact that most of the youth are on social media, I want to assure the committee and the House that I will make sure I leverage on my following on social media in order that we could get the youth to be actively involved in the activities of the MMDAs. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any further questions?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the last one. Minister, you're a doctor, 10 politician. So with that background, what health policies are you going to promote to enhance health delivery services, especially in deprived communities and constituencies like mine? Remember when you were in my constituency, we visited a health center, and you were appalled by the conditions of the health center. So I'm sure the people of Atrebuana are listening. And remember, you promised to come back. So they will be looking forward to seeing you as a minister. So what policies are you going to promote to enhance quality health delivery services in rural communities and constituencies such as mine?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So yes, considering my background, I'm sure that the knowledge I have within the health field is going to help a lot so far as the health delivery services within Ashanti is concerned. Given the question at hand, the underserved communities are either cut off by three major things identified during the campaign. It's either they have no health facility within the catchment area, or they have no good road networks linking them to the available health facility, or the people themselves are not empowered enough with the right information to know when to make a decision to go to the hospital or otherwise. Given these three issues and problems, I'm going to work closely with the sector minister in order that CHIP compounds, health centers would be made available in communities where they have no access to healthcare facility. Given that as well, our secondary level of health provision, that is the district level health provisions, in districts where there are hospital projects where they have not been completed, I'll work hard with the sector minister in order that we'll be able to complete same for the use of the good people of Ashanti region. At the tertiary level, almost half of the northern belt depends on Komfanoche for their healthcare delivery. The Sewura Hospital and the Afari Hospital was to come in, ease more of the pressure on Komfanoche in order that we could help His Royal Majesty Otunfuo in order that we can give it a world-class touch and heal Komfanoche as he puts it. As we speak now, and from the briefing, these two major hospitals are not in use. When giving the nod, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to work closely with the sector players in order that we can assess the state of these two major infrastructural inputs that we have in our health. Once that is done, I'm sure that we should be able to get it in use so that pressure will leave Komfanoche. Then together with the central government, see how best we can help His Royal Majesty put Konfanochi in good shape. When it comes to the information aspect of it, I would work closely with the MMDAs in order that they would get their public health units all out to embark on health education so that the community can definitely have the needed information to take the right decisions. When it comes to roads, I'm sure that the first question I answered, I spoke extensively about how I'm going to collaborate with the COCO board and to get the COCO roads and also the sector minister for roads in order that they can have access to these health facilities when they are built within the catchment area. With these, I'm sure that we should be able to rebuild and bring back a robust health delivery system in Ashanti region. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you so much. Any further question?
No, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Then I give the floor to Rita now.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Dr. Amwakuhine, congratulations on your nomination by the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to the position of Ashanti Regional Minister.
Thank you.
I heard you answer one of the questions and you said you'll be father for all. Yes, as regional minister, or whatever portfolio you find yourself in, you have to be father for all. But in the name of father for all, we have seen some in times past. Are you going to be father for all to give fair hearing to everybody, or father for all where your own people will be neglected? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So I think in answering the question, I didn't explicitly use the father for all terminology, but it meant that I was going to open my arms to everyone within the region in order that they will be able to approach and then let us know their challenges and help solve them. Whilst doing that, and as a youthful leader, consciously, definitely, I'll have to help build the youth within the region. So yes, I'm going to be there for everyone within the region without having to also put the youth and the good people of Ashanti region at a disadvantage. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Any further question?
Yeah, on this note, I want to wish you well. I pray God's blessings for you, that you excel in your new position, so that will be a learning process for the youth that are monitoring you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will recognize Dr. Asamoah. You have the floor.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Congratulations, Doc, on your nomination. Coming from the Ashanti region, we are proud that the young man has been given the opportunity to lead the region. Ashanti region happens to be the second largest region as far as population is concerned in the country. And recently we know there were some clashes within the Obuasi enclave, which if not taken care of, it might extend to other constituencies that mining is ongoing. What do you intend to do to make sure that we prevent such incidents, taking into consideration post-election violence?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So yes, it's a sorry situation at Obuasi where we lost 9 energetic men. Any issue that involves the loss of life is a sorry one. And I want to use this opportunity to extend my condolences to the affected family. However, the nitty-gritties of what really occasioned the clash is still under investigation. And thankfully, the President of the Republic has given the committee will do a good job and come out with good recommendations. Given that to use Obuasi as a test case and as a learning platform so that we can extend those recommendations into the other mining areas in order that we can prevent any such fatal clashes. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any further question?
Following up with this, that means that the youth needs to be taken care of. And you know, Kumasi has the second largest number of headquarters, and they just outgone MPP government invested so much in training headquarters to be able to reskill and redeploy them. And we all know that buildings that were built for Kayayes in Accra experienced some kind of looting after the election. What do you intend to do to be able to make sure that the youth in Ashanti region and the youth that are coming from the northern side of our country are well trained so that we can reduce these headquarters and the pain and the suffering they tend to go through? Most of the time underutilize their abilities and what they can contribute to our nation building.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Every youth in Ghana deserves to have a decent job. And with that in mind, His Excellency the President has a plan, and as stated in our manifesto, to embark on what we call the National Apprenticeship Program, where we seek to give employable skills to the youth of the Republic of Ghana. Mr. Chairman, when giving the nod, I'll work closely with the Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment in order that we will get the fair share of that program to the good people of Ashanti region. Given that, and as part of the manifesto, the President, His Excellency John Mahama, has made a huge commitment that he's going to help through the youth ministry to train 1 million coders in digital skills so that they can have this digital knowledge to be able to survive in institutions, among others. I'm going to also work closely with the Sector Minister in order that the Ashanti region will get its fair share. Specifically on the Kayaye issue, I think very much that that intervention was good. However, upon reflecting on the thoughts of some of the regional ministers that you have vetted, Mr. Chairman, with your permission, the ideas they share, I think that when we augment what has already been started with that, we should be able to, in the first place, prevent the northern-southern migration in the first place, whilst we take care of those in the south through the program that was initiated by the former administration. So yes, we need to empower the people right where they are so that they wouldn't have to travel all the way to the south in order that they will find an avenue to be trained. So I think that as regional minister, when giving the nod, I'll work closely with my other regional ministers in order that they will equally be on top of the game, in order that they empower the people in the north rather than allowing them to come to the south before we can get an intervention for their training. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Well, you are entitled to one more question. And that should be the last question, indeed.
Thank you, Chair. So, whilst I'm congratulating you, I want to assure us, Ashanti region tends to have the largest number of members of parliament from the opposition party. And we know that Ashanti region, like I said, the largest number of people. How will you assure us that you're going to work closely with the member of parliament and your MMDC or DCs collaboratively so that we can build a strong region which the Ken, the Otumfo, Osei has always been advocating for? How do you intend to make sure that you strongly work collaboratively with all the MPs and the MMDC and DCs so that we can achieve that?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So, as Riley said, the region is predominantly NPP, and as such, it reflects in the parliamentary seats. In order to navigate this challenge, I would ensure that when giving the nod, I would constantly engage with my members of parliament within the region, in order that we can all have a clear blueprint and a framework for the development of Ashanti region. It is only when they are left or kept in the dark that is the only time that they will come out and agitate, because they would not understand the direction within which we are moving the region. So I want to assure Mr. Chairman and the House that when giving the nod, I'm going to work closely with all members of Parliament within the region, and also ensure that the MMDAs, the chief executives there, partner well with their MPs so that they can bring development into the region. At least we have 4 years, if all things being equal. Let's use the first 3 years to develop the region. We can do all we want in the election year, but I'm sure that if we're able to commit all hands on deck within the first 3 years, we should be able to turn things around for the better for the region. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. I will move to Honorable Shaibu Mahama.
Demeanor and the way he answered the questions. I have no doubt. His posture, demeanor, and the way he answered the questions. I have no doubt that you will deliver. I'll leave you with 2 things. I see Auntie Betty, I see Dr. Dufour, Party Chairman, Queen Mothers. Not only should you not disappoint them, but also the youth in Ashanti and Ghana as a whole will look forward to you for 2 things. First, to give them direction, and secondly, to let the president, who has nominated you for appointment, note that you can give other opportunities to other youth. So please, 2 things with you. I wish you endless blessings in your new role.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. You are done. I will give the floor to Honorable Patrick Obama.
Thank you very much, Chairman, and congratulations, Minya. Chinkwa. Maybe some kakrebi. How many paramounts do we have in Ashanti? Paramounts and divisions. Since you are in a nice club from Ashanti, and you've spoken so well, how many paramounts do we have in the great kingdom under His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I will not know the numbers of head. I know of the Mampong Traditional Council, Ofenso, Kumaru.
If you don't know, you don't know. We have over 66 and 12 divisions in Ashanti. Okay? You should know, because you'll be a frequent visitor to Menchia during a day. You should know where they sit and how to go about your duties. Secondly, I know Otumfuo is very passionate about some projects that I'm going to be mentioned. One is the Central Market project. Number 2 is the Lake Road project. You know the Lake Road, that buying that side. Santase to Anyankwanta, the Kumasi dualization project. The Sofulai Ebuakwa, Swame interchange. They are projects that were commenced under the MPP administration. Please, the dualization project.
Order.
Chairman, you need to protect your member. Accra Kumasi dualization project was commenced and continued by the NPP. It's on record. You can check. It's on record. You can check. Aferi Hospital, Seria. You mentioned it. There's nothing political about these. They are for the good people of Ghana and Ashanti Mine. Please please assure Asante Mine and His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei that you are going to ensure with your beautiful cloth and your power that all these projects which are started by the MPP together with the 1D1F projects are completed so that the good people of Ashanti enjoy some benefits out of this project.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Rightly so, all projects within the region deserve to be completed for the use by the good people of Ashanti region. I think that we are at a point where we need to, as the Honorable Member rightly put it, depoliticize development, especially within the region. So, in line with same, and with the assurances we got from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama when he visited the Ministerial for the first at the Kesi, he was emphatic that he was going to support to make sure that we complete all stalled projects within the region. And I'm very sure that that will not go without that of the previous administration, in addition to that which was initiated by my very own Uncle Kofor, Krufu Market, and those that were initiated by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, including the KJTR Central Market Project, the Banka Community Day Senior High School, Fumsu Community Day Senior High School, Afrancho Market, Offenso Community Day Senior High School, Dobonso Community Day Senior High School. Bosomki Oyoko Community Day Senior High School is operating, but maintenance has also become a problem. So with this, Adijama Community Day Senior High School, with this said, I want to assure Mr. Chairman and the House that when given the nod and with the commitment of His Excellency the President, we're going to make sure that we complete all these projects that needs to be completed for the use of the good people of Ashanti region. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Chairman, I don't have a follow-up question on that. I'll go to my second question. What will be your strategic vision for the Ashanti region? And I'm asking that it has to sit with the vision of Otumfuo Osei the second. What will be your strategic vision for the good people of Ashanti?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Considering the nature of Ashanti, with agric, trade, business being the hallmark of the region, I think that it will be well situated that when giving the nod, I pay particular attention to the agric sector, pay particular attention to bridging the infrastructural gaps we have, especially in the areas of trade, as we mentioned, concerning the markets that we need to expand, among others. And lastly, the region has its unemployment rate sadly above the national average. The national average is 14.7. The region has its unemployment rate around 16.0. At the face of this challenge, I'm going to work closely with the various sectors to ensure that the youth get access to decent jobs in order that we can bring down the unemployment challenges we have in the region. So, Mr. Chairman, bridging the infrastructural gap, making sure we make the agricultural sector very lucrative, supporting businesses, and also helping to curb the unemployment situation that is on the rise within the region. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Chairman, thank you. My last question. When I am sure CV, no, I page 2. Let's turn our attention to your CV, page 2. Why, Roxanne? When the voter regional nominee came and the chairman was speaking ever with him, nobody complained. In the other name, they all complain. So, Doc, 2022 to 23, medical doctor, Bekwai Municipal Hospital. 2021-22, medical doctor, Greater Accra Regional Hospital. 2014 to 2016, medical laboratory scientist, University of Ghana Hospital. Are you a medical doctor, properly so called? Senior house officer, properly so called? Walk me through this. I'm an illiterate in that area. I want to be sure. Because I was told in there to be a junior officer, senior officer, before you are given a practicing certificate. Walk me through whether you've qualified as a practitioner within your space. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So the areas you read regard to two separate professions. The first is medical laboratory sciences. I completed that in 2014, was duly licensed and practiced for some few years, after which I left back to the medical school. I completed medical school in the year 2020. I did my first year housemanship at Ridge Hospital, then my second year housemanship at Bekwai Hospital. Then I left there as a medical officer. So I'm done with internship within both the medical laboratory space and also within the MBCHB space. So I'm so qualified and I've undergone all the requisite training and the service I need to undertake. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
So you're a medical doctor licensed by the Medical and Dental Council?
Yes, please.
Properly so called?
Yes, please.
Dr. Panier. Congratulations, Doc. I wish you the very best.
Thank you very much.
And
I can't tell you for cry.
Thank you. I recognize the presence of the second Deputy Speaker of the Ninth Parliament, Honorable Andrews Emoku Asema.
Yes, Chairman, thank you so much for indulging me. My brother, congratulations. I don't have much to ask you. My question is that you know Ashanti region well. You know the state of the region. I just want you to tell me and tell the chiefs and the good people of Ashanti how and what you want to see Ashanti region at the end of your tenure. In other words, I want you to tell me the legacy you want to leave the region with at the end of your tenure.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. At the end of my tenure, I want to see or leave behind a peaceful and a well-developed region where the citizens in there have an improved standard of living. With these three issues mentioned, I'm very sure that it should be a good legacy to leave behind for posterity. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you so much.
Oh, so you didn't let me conclude. Anyway, I wish you well.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thanks so much. Honorable nominee, your constituency is here to ask you one question. It's the person of Honorable Amprechum.
Thank you, Chair, for the opportunity to ask a question to my great constituent, who is going to be the next regional minister. Let me congratulate you for your nomination. I'm sure you'll be a fine regional minister. After the baptism of fire and introduction I gave you into politics in 2020. He contested me in 2020. And that was his entry into the real politics of Ghana. And I thank God that you've grown since then into a regional secretary to the great NDC. And today, you've been blessed as a nominee for the biggest of all the regional ministerial positions. I've got just one question, and I don't think it will be a difficult question. My question actually has something to do with Mampo, or something that will benefit your hometown. And I'm expecting that when you sit on the great chair, that will be your number one agenda. That's why I'm interchange. An extension to it is the dualization of the route from Swami Interchange through Tafo, through Ohia, through Meduma, through Mamponte, all the way to Asromaso Junction. I was quite instrumental in putting that project together. Somewhere in late October, early November, the minister then, Honorable Asenso Buache, we met at Tafo, and then we cut the sword for that road. That road happens to be the most congested road leading from Kumasi to the other areas. If you check all the other routes that leads out of Kumasi, all has been dualized, with the exception of
Honorable Amprachum, question.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm just about to land. I was just preparing the ground before I actually hit home. And like I said, it's a friendly question. I am landing, and I'll be landing very soon. Now, that road is the only road that has not been dualized. And we have gone far. Sword has been cut. We need to move ahead with it. Can you give your word that if we give you the nod, oh, no wonder you lost out. Okay. That's the hope. Yes. I'll pray for that. Can you tell me or convince us or convince your people of Mampo, convince members on this table that when given the law, you are going to do your utmost best, make it a priority, champion it to make sure that Mampo, which is the next big town after Kumasi, having lost out all these years.
That is wrong.
Formina, don't talk. Formina, you are a small boy in this matter. When we talk of the big boys in the Ashanti region, Formina, you are small. There's a hierarchy, yes. You know that, my brother.
Honorable Amprechu, your question and address the chair.
Honorable nominee, my question has been asked. Can you give us your word that you are going to? My Hema is sitting right behind you. You've managed to bring the whole occupant of the silver stool in Ashanti region here to support you, the Queen Mother. Give your word to the Queen Mother that when you are confirmed, you are going to do your utmost best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The President indeed and the Minister of the previous administration indeed cut sword for the construction of the Swami Interchange and the dualization of the adjoining routes, including the Swami to Tafo all the way to Mampong road. Unfortunately, the timelines they gave elapsed because we were assured that the project will be done by the end of 2024. Unfortunately, after cutting the sword got lost and we could not complete the project. Given that, Mr. Chairman, I want to assure the House that I'm going to find the sword and I'm going to make sure that the project is well completed. And as my MP rightly said, I listen if not for anything for the good people of Mampong. Rightly seated behind me is Nana Ajakoma Difie II, the Queen Mother for Mampong Traditional Council. At least that will be a good legacy to leave behind for the good people of Mampong and also for the traditional leaders of Mampong. I work hard and closely with the roads and the sector minister and also with central government in order that we can find funding for the project and complete it in the shortest possible time. I want to assure the committee. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much for assuring my very good friend that you do a project that they couldn't do. Honorable Roxanne Nelson.
Let me get bless him. Chairman, let me bless him and then he takes over. Honorable nominee, I want to assure you that you will say true and you can count on me to make Mampo great. It shall be well with you.
Not to deport people.
Chairman, thank you very much. Dr. Mwakuhini, you are welcome.
Thank you.
This is Dr. obtained on merits. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Ashanti, I'm sure is proud to have you lead them for the next 4 years and more. Now, Kumaru Hospital, abandoned by the immediate past government, abandoned and forsaken. Afari Military Hospital, abandoned, neglected, and forsaken by the immediate past government for the past 8 years. As the potential regional minister, will you consider prioritizing these projects for completion? Will you?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Surely I will, in addition to other additional stored products. Thank you.
Chairman, thank you very much. Dr. Mwakuhini, when you drive from Bebieni, Mwabieja, Tuaso, that stretch, and you Tuasi, and off to Nkawie, there's heavy traffic. Sometimes you leave here also, and Bebieni, you come. And when you are 20 minutes from Central Kumasi, you can spend 2 hours. Now, some work had been done, but it still leaves much to be completed in terms of the kilometers involved. Will you prioritize this during your term? So that traffic flow, when people travel for hours and they are entering Kumasi, please, you did some portion, yeah. That is a regular road I use. I'm addressing the chair. Chairman, save me from this career man. So, will you consider improving some more kilometers on that stretch to reduce traffic? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. As rightly captured, there is so much traffic on that outstretch from Ebuakwa to Nkawie all the way to Nyinahini. And that road needs to be dualized in the best of opportunity we will get. And I'll work closely with the sector minister to make sure that as much as possible we get to continue work on that road. Whilst at that, there is a ring road through Echumakwanoma constituency, so that if you have no business at Ebuakwa, you can use the trader area and then get to Tuanse or Mpasatia, and then you can continue your journey. I'm very sure that if those ring roads are equally tackled, it would actually first limit the number of people who plow through the Ebuakwa, and in a long run also help reduce the vehicular traffic. With this said, Mr. Chairman, I want to give that assurance that to the best of my ability, I'll work hard to ensure that we pay particular attention to that road. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any further question?
Chairman, my final question. Doc, I'm sure through your industry and those of your chairman behind you, the Ashanti region gave the NDC thousands of votes. And so the youth are looking up to you as the regional minister. What programs will you roll out to as a matter of immediate effect, give some employment opportunities to our young ones? And let me tie in with this. We have promised to legalize Okada. Okada is such a major source of employment to our people, especially in the rural areas. And I know that the peri-urban areas of Ashanti are populous with Okada and tricycle riders and all that. And they always have problems with the police, licensing regime and all. What will you do as RM to ensure that the youth are secured in this regard so that they can play their role within this aspect of our economy in Ashanti region?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So, as rightly put, in line with the President's vision of making sure we put the right framework to legalize and regularize the Okada business. And as a matter of fact, in some communities within the region, that is the only means of transport for them. However, our inability as a government to support them with the right training and also with the right legal framework for them to operate has given them a lot of difficulties within these areas. So when given the nod, I'm going to work closely with the Transport Minister so that we can put into the right perspective how best we could again present to Parliament a bill for your consideration in order that we can first have the legal framework to regulate that industry. So that if a policeman is arresting an Okada rider, there could be a law backing same for either non-compliance whatsoever. But as it stands now, it's become more of a harassment on the road. So when giving the nod, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to work closely with the Transport Minister to make sure that we get to present the right framework so that with your approval and permission as Parliament of the Republic, we can get that legal framework to help support our brothers within the sector. Having done that, as a government and in line with the vision of the President, we also want to offer alternative skill to most of these youth so that everything will not be just about Okada, for which reason we mentioned the National Apprenticeship Program in order that they can equally look at other artisan skill in order that they can do something for a living outside of the Okada business. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Chairman, thank you. That will be all for Doctor. Doctor, once more, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I will give the floor to Honorable George Kweku Rickett Hagan. And in doing so, he should act briefly as the Pro-Tem Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Nominee, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
As I did with the earlier regional minister nominee, I would like to welcome you as well to the club of regional ministers, past and present.
Okay, what I want to Power 97.9 FM, Musa More TV XYZ. Yeguswa Efa Vet in the Parliament House, Abra Dr. Frank Amwako Hene Omugusa Omotutuna no Vetina Ekoso or Parliament. Yebesan Akobium, Babia Edri ehia papa ehia said their pomade home komo ye de bebro. Make us say Dr. Amponsa. Dr. Amponsa da Amponsa a herbal hospital no na make us say meneno ebedin komo na dodo a yenim na de bonum sambrane Dr. Amponsa magic oyo bia wa beni papa say what's an canon to anamon and I went to anamon bebrea and bread so to anamon no ni Dr. Amponsa ko bom pudem who be who was painters Dr. na kan betray the track kwine no we to me akoti semadu e we mene Dr. Bonito we are assign akọ Parliament House na akọtua vetting so Dr. Amponsa ma kwaba
mejoso
na bibia boko de ishia ya che enye easy me no de sunyanya na ere be pie mo kra ha
na say no me ba ya na me bogabi na so happen ene yeshia
jo area yeshia TV XYZ to the Power 97.9 FM dear na Dr. Amponsa wo mai
me pa cho me da se bebre me din de Dr. Amponsa me ka atiefo nye so ma me se wayare safi Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital ye wo my Ghana mo ye di ayaresa ne ogie anyamede amayen enebre nipa na emom wo munim se afi biara me de ade foforo eba afi wei ne ye ewo so eye magic machine aha enenti ebe se me ba na me be kyerɛkyerɛ ahwefo ne atiefo nyina because ebi mu tie ewo Power FM ene bi nso ehwɛ ewo TV XYZ enenti mo amutie ene mo amohwɛ no Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital ena mo atemi nkan uko Kumasi a ye wo ho ye wo Woshim Tigo Junction taxi rank wa ene ye wo ena mo nso amowo Accra ye wo Spinters ba bia wo Accra fa Spinters car because Spinters de eho agidin enenti ba bia wo hye biara busa Spinters car na kasa wo besi wo Coastal Junction usi wo Coastal Junction bisa taxi for no say wo hwe Dr. Amponsa wo mo do beba na wabeji wayaresa enenti Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital metrase de biara da wo beba na mete ho ha na me show esa oyare na magic machine obi bebusa se eno ne de magic machine enye diagnosis ye wo diagnosis wo ho e be hwehwe oyare na mayen na magic machine no eno sa yare eno no se uye obi a wo yare a aye okwan krokoda na magic machine ebe ma na akọ simple amount na obi bebusa se senete magic machine no etise eye ade a wo ba na se ebi a wo yare wachika sei aye wo ya so many years ana wo kon ka sei aye wo ya so many years pains na eye wo no magic machine just 20 minutes na pains no nyina ayira sa na tie magic machine ebi ana wayare tiare na se wuti dwaw enkoda ye the magic machine si wuti so a just 20 minutes na pains ni nyina akọ se ekuro ene wo wuti mu na ya ma okuro aduru na akuno na se yare no amba biem obi wo ho se doctor me de eye misisi ayem ye so many years oba ye the magic machine esi wusisi ne so a ebe ma pains ni nyina akọ na ya ma ekuro aduru na akun wusisi mu kuro nyina obi wo ho se doctor me de ne se me 19 ye frɛ bibi sciatica asoso wo 19 bra Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital ye the machine no si wuso a ebe correct wo 19 no na ebe ma pains na ache wo sciatica no nso ajai just 20 minutes na wanya o freedom enonti se wotie mi a ba bibiara wo hye se wanya bibi a ye frɛ na gout wo nan ense aye akase anase untia na yese watie ensuom anase ayese ensuo gina wonan nom etoda so ana ayese watie fufuom afufuo atare wonan anase watie atachem no ye fe na gout ene yesa bra wonan no ses no ewu obla ses na ewo wonan se no ene wo nerves no nyina ewu bra na yemfa magic machine ensi wonan no so na yem collect no na blood cells ni nyina enyane na face a gout no emfiri wo so obi sorry a wo se doctor me wo blood circulation me da na me nan ne me nsa nyina ye metitiri magic machine just simple na ekọ enkrofu a mo wo burning sensation mo ho hyehye mo nipadua mo hyehye mo obi wo se ya to na duro enya adutuo eye acid na akọ wo sesem nom nipadua no a generate acid bi e de abawo nipadua nom bra magic machine just 20 minutes sa wo hyehye no a ayo so many years ya untumi no ebeko 20 minutes enye ade ye se ye ka se be sohwe wonso na wahwe me se wutie me asa magic machine no ye de wo koso a wugidi o unyini o problem no ebeko enye bibi se me ko doctor ho akoso magic machine ahwe nya sa na tie ye do ko magic machine so a problem no se eko eno nti ene magic machine ena meka ho asem kese na maka kire wo se sa wotefie na wo yare wo ye obi a wa yare ulcer so many years wo yem ho wanya problem ye wo gastric ulcer chronic ulcer ene ni yakeka ho obi wo ho a na ulcer peptic ulcer nyina ka ho ena edi nya bra ye de machine si wo yafunu no so a na ya ma okura duro na chese ulcer no afri wo so sa ulcer enema ede ba bi ye typhoid fever unya typhoid a enche obetumi anya sa ulcer na obi so tie me na o se doctor typhoid no say nete typhoid ye wa symptoms ya ede ma no ebi na me be kire wi eto da ebetumi ma uti apae e wa na okon kasa ye wo ya uti eta utimu eta sisi te se dia code no ana etoda onfe ataya wo ya toda wo yam etumu wo te se mpane ya bi wo yam onfuru ma se tumu ewo oho etumu hyehyew eye wo se wube ade be kye na ate ho etoda na wanya constipation yam timpa na yam oti wontum nja wo nan etoda nso na ye se wafa afaduro na yam ahwie kakra bi typhoid yo odonfo kumfo wo ye yare bi asa kyew na wa mpa nhwe a beka so fiefo ene ye wo ne symptoms ye bebri eno ti se wutie me ye ha enuane ye di ensu ayenom ene niema ene fruit ayedi no ekreti typhoid emaye because ye fruit no ye noom na yakoton wo fa ya na wa horo na wudi emoa wom obi wo kura aboa no wo half na watwa ho na okodi babi a eho no ohu sa aboa no ni no aboa no babi a wasɛ no oni ho biem babi a wo gidi sɛ eho no ye no a ukodi no eho na aboa na duru eno nti ebe kreti sa enema yi amaw na amwanya sa yare a ye fra no typhoid fever enti sa wo tie me na wo sa ha wo ya ntemo abra enkrofo stroke wa chemo amodeda fie momfa wo mo nyina mreme na magic machine aba magic machine untini no asai untini na nya problem o blood cells asai anya problem bra magic machine wo ho na me fancy so na yemwa na yemma wo nro papa na yensa yare wa wo hwe me na lucky na waye ma me mo number na me sorry a me send ya tudwa number ne hia me pa fresh 0243 110875 0243 110875 number we assign your WhatsApp so we brochira we be free WhatsApp so pesa wo ne mia kasa nso aye voice message mame tie mi ye pa ye voice message man chro me kwa even me drive kura na mitumu etie na ma reply na ye simple ete sa mintumu enya kwan ko read na me twro sa time no ebe ha adwen ti ye voice message simple mame na afi ye bisa direction ena wobi wo fra o se doctor mebo kasan yen ko hospital sa menya sure se wo ko kwalebu abe frese kwalebu yi me ba hospital metu yasen yen ko no sa hospital de wa wogidi se yen nyane sa u busa yentumu ma answer bia hospital bia na be ye labs so ahodo bi bia na be hia niema be hia nyina no ni nyina ne se wo beba na ne me doctor be transe enkola no ne fa course no enti o mbe more direction na waba no wabeto mi ankasa na masa yare wo bi se doctor me de no me number ne yetigo fresh 027 85 99 611 027 85 99 611 ena WhatsApp number ni 0243 110875 0243 110875 uwa semwa kafa ho mame ena wosa pesa wo fra me mano be peke no mo amount direction wo bi sori ya wo se ono de ye BP mojaboro so o moja na aboro so anka kwalebufu opebi amamamfo enye sa na tie si ya kasa wo BP a de atere se wa faduro so many years na enkwa me kire wade BP no bibi na gina so ede ba se wo yare BP anase hypertension se de tie ni bibi wo nipaduanum bia na blood cells no ewu ebasa obipi be kosoro ye nyane no mawa obipi no beba fom se kuro ba wuntini mu obipi be kosoro ye kum kuro no a obipi beba fom se wo ye obi a wuntini no enya problem ebobo apo a obipi be kosoro ye yifiri we beba fom wo yare diabetes ya obipi be kosoro ye treat diabetes na beba fom se wo ye obi a wo typhoid fever obipi be kosoro ye treat typhoid na BP ne beba fom se wo nya malaria mpa obipi be kosoro ye treat malaria na BP ne beba fom ekuro ba wuntini mu obipi be kosoro ye kum kuro no ma wa BP beba fom se wo do saade bebre fat cholesterol ne fat nyina ebema obipi akosoro ye correct ni nyina ma wa BP beba fom se wo akoma enlarge heart enlargement ebetumi ama BP akosoro ye solve akoma no problem a BP no baba fom enenti Dr. Amponsa wo ba mehwehwe ade ama BP kosoro na ma solve de kro na ma woni BP biem wo bi sori ya niko osi wo diabetes West Africa nyina diabetes many best because diabetes yare no enye se bia ye kwafadura ma se diabetes no nko nya sa na ti o so obi wo diabetes enyame bo nipa no obo bibi to yama ye friend pancreas wudidi na aduane no ye adwuma wi a ye fre bibi insulin aduane no ebedane insulin asichire sa insulin no na ma nipa energy ahoden na ne yete nyina ne se wonya sa pancreas no konya problem anase ekuro ewo wiyem ene ko affect pancreas no a ebasa asichire no bekwa kofa mogam na ya ka kire se wo diabetes oba Dr. Amponsa maso ye ya me the magic machine besi nipa no pancreas no so na ma collect pancreas no cells no ekuro bi e wo wiyem na makuna ma na ma collect pancreas no ebasa pancreas no be yi asichire aka omojam enyina ama ebasa wonya diabetes patient biem ene ti se wotie me na yare asichire yare a brana me mwaw na me nhwe adekura e ma wadi asichire yare se wonya indigestion wodidi na indigestia wobenya asichire yare tie me yie pa because of say aduane na ndagasi asichire ntomo ma oyam anase insulin wonya bi ebasa wasichire no ebekosoro na yaka kire se oyare asichire yare brana Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital memo mu amuhia awo nyina so momra aso beti asem wa na ye kakra bi obetumi kasa ko kire obi bekasa wo boa na oka maso ye ho no yare ne ye spiritual physical mpo a wo de fabra to eniema wo wadwene mu to baabi na niemi hia ne se wo beba maso ye ho ye nso nhwe tiemi yie pa se me beso ahwe wo ba yare no pe wo mpe metu asia ma no yare no me wo ne so tumi se me sa yare tumi bia ntumu nkase ma me nsa yare eno nti se wo ba Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital ye was Pintes Coastal Junction uduru abusa taxi station e wono se wo hwe Dr. Amponsa wo ba mehwe aboa wo asa yare na ho ato kama wo bi se Dr. Mami number na abebo no eno ni fre 0243 11 08 75 0243 11 08 75 and Tigo line on Suni 027 85 99 611 027 85 99 611 sa lines way ofra onsa ebeka Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital koko no ne yekeka ho de ebia hawa hwehweye na yemwa wo yare stroke yare amese ma yemfa mram embreme na Dr. Amponsa ma promise o say mesa yare niko
doctor
wa ma me brema ma bonkomo enti me da tie fo nso asese wo mo atie me obi biara o yare se wo nyare mpo afi number no yare de yetumu ba nipa so anytime ye didi aye no media e de ohaw ne amane e na bre yen enti meka se obi biara wo yare obi biara wo nyare wo de on take Dr. Amponsa number no ntro so Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital na yare no ba bi ehye biara ye beboa no na ya san yare obi yare afi number no ma no nombra magic machine aye ready ye de bo nipa
Mayanda Dr. Amponsa Magic Asibebre to say more kind ye na ye TV na into anamo na mfa ye ninche mo ho na okwa me no masona hwe na minimo betumi aye obi say Dr. Amponsa wabini ye obetumi abo papa yan sembre ye be sign a converting of a ministerial nominees ye wa Ashanti region Dr. Frank Amwakohene no buguso mu ni din komo yan sign ko Parliament House bim
Udin the Otumfo said to how do you intend to to work around all these very big men, because there is also the possibility that, and I'm not saying anybody is going to undermine you, but you are not going to have it easy.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Throughout my leadership, I've always been young.
Before you come in, for the record, Otumfo is a big chief.
Not a big man.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. In all my leadership roles, I've always been young when I get the opportunity to serve. I was 28 years when I was elected as parliamentary candidate to face my elder brother, Demampong MP. Also, I was 32 when I had to serve as the regional secretary for the NDC. Throughout the leadership journey, what I have observed is that you give honor to whom honor is due. You can be the leader, but at the end of the day, you are not the repository of knowledge, and you need to be humble and be respectful whilst being assertive at the same time. His Royal Majesty Otumfo Osei is my kin and my Otumfo, and he is an advocate for youth leadership and youth participation in governance. So I think that the age is actually going to be a leverage where I will get the traditional leaders, my uncles, my mothers, to rally behind their very own son in order that we can leave a good legacy for the Ashanti region. So, Mr. Chairman, with that said, I want to assure the House that age will not be a limitation so far as this rule is concerned when giving the nod. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. What would you say are your most valuable traits? And how are you going to use those traits to get you to excel in your new office? Against the backdrop that, as I perused your CV, you have not worked as an administrator, or you've not done any administrative work before, unless I didn't get that right.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. My traits and the things that keep me going is that I'm very hardworking, and that has been part of me throughout every leadership role I have served. I'm also always committed to what I need to do or what must be done. And I try as much as possible to avoid procrastination, because my late father always says that it's the thief of time. I'm sure that having a clear plan for the region, steadfast and committed to them, will help us be able to meet all targets and be able to ensure that we develop the region. Again, on the second part of your question, being present as the regional secretary of the NDC, as our constitution rightly dictates, if you are the secretary, you are more of the CEO of the party within the region. You are tasked to ensure the day-to-day running of the party. You are tasked to ensure that you drive the party's machinery within the region by working in a well-coordinated manner with your constituencies and all other stakeholders, including the Council of Elders, the wards, the branches, among others. With this vast experience, both from the student front and the opportunity to serve my party in a big region, like Ashanti region, I'm sure that being nominated as the regional minister when given the nod, the work may not be completely different, and I will be able to transpose some of these experience into my new role. Given also that I have past regional ministers at my disposal, I can see Dr. Samuel Sapon, a former regional minister, Honorable Akon, a former regional minister, Honorable Eric Opoku is equally a former regional minister for the region, and my very own uncle, Simon Osemensa, who are all available and within the region. I would work hard to make sure that I reach out to them so they could be of huge resource and institutional memory in order that they can help guide my path to make me successful as a regional minister. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Just a follow-up. I do not know if you know lawyer Idi Muhayuddin.
Yes, please, I know lawyer Idi Muhayuddin. When I was NASAC president, he was General Secretary for the National Union of Ghana Students, and we all served on the National Executive Committee of NUCS. My regards to him.
Well, he extends his congratulations and he says you should go and make them proud.
Thank you very much.
Just a follow-up. Do you have an idea what the Hill Confanoche project is?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So it's an initiative by the Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei-Tutu in order to put Confanoche in good shape and also give it more of a world-class touch. In so doing, he embarked on a fundraising exercise in order that you'll be able to raise some funds to support the redevelopment of the project. That is as much as I know from where I sit. Thank you very much.
How do you intend to collaborate with His Royal Majesty?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Health delivery and the health of every citizen is the primary duty of central government. So at any point in time where it needs to take a traditional leader or a private individual to spearhead any of these activities, it only tells us that it's either we are losing it as a political class or we are not doing as much as we should do as a government. With this in mind, I think that it is time that central government steps in and partners strongly with Otumfuo in order that we will be able to heal Confanoche as he rightly puts it. I'm very sure and I believe so much in His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who constructed the Rich Hospital, the University of Ghana Medical Center, and all the other hospitals within Ashanti region, Kumawu, Konongo Hospital, among others. During his visit at the last Akweside, he made an emphatic statement that he is committed to making sure that we develop the Ashanti region, including the health infrastructure within the region. So when given the nod, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to collaborate well with His Royal Majesty in order that we can, as a government, help support, make his dream a reality. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
You know, the Fourth Estate always want to be jealously guided and protected. The press center in the Ashanti region was pulled down. And as we speak, there is no press center. Whether it was in Kwame Nkrumah's time or Akufo-Addo's time, we as a country intend to move forward. What do you intend to do to have a press center so that at least they will support you and also criticize you constructively in terms when you are not doing so good?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. It is in the right perspective that we support the press. And with that said, I want to assure the committee that I'll meet with the Ghana Journalists Association and also the regional chapter leaders so that collectively we can put our heads together and with the support of central government be able to help restore the Kumasi Press Center. I want to assure Mr. Chairman that it's an area that with your guidance I would look into and support them. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
I recognize Roxanne Nelson Dapamako on a supplementary question.
Dr. Honorable Amwakohene, when was that structure pulled down? Tell the nation, tell us. Under whose watch was it pulled down? And the land sold, tell us.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, I do not know if my colleague, the Chief Whip, is saying that he is aware a particular land has been sold. If he can furnish us with any documents to that effect, then I think that is a relevant question. Else, Mr. Chair.
Doc, I will restrict you to answering the question when the structure was pulled down and under whose regime.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I do not have the full details, to be honest with the House. I do not have the full details with regards to the pull down of the structure. Thank you very much.
Mining in the Ashanti region.
Clement, you know him, eh?
There is increase in mining activities in the Ashanti region. and to a larger extent is affecting cocoa production. I want to know, how do we protect our cocoa farmers vis-a-vis mining?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The issue of especially illicit mining or irresponsible mining is one that we need to win our fight over. In order to win that fight, we will need the community to own the fight. In the absence of the community owning the fight, our effort may not see the right results that we need to see. In some areas that I've had encounter with people who purportedly have cut down their cocoa in order to embark on mining, their primary reason is the fact that there is much more profit in the mining or galamsey as compared to that of cocoa. Because you plant it for 5 years and after that, the money you get, you spend a whole lot on either spraying or buying fertilizers. So what it means is that we have a responsibility as a government to make sure we make the cocoa industry a lucrative one. In so doing, we need to cut down on the burden on the ordinary cocoa farmer. I remember in time past, we used to provide free fertilizers for our cocoa farmers. We need to make sure we get back to that policy so that at the end of the day, they can save some money and that will help increase their profit margin. Again, as a government, we need to revisit the cocoa mass spraying policy in order that they can equally save some money in that regard. I listened to the Minister for Food and Agriculture, and he indicated clearly his commitment to ensuring that the amount we give to the cocoa farmers after we purchase the cocoa seedlings will be something he will look at to make sure we increase the prices. With this, I'm very sure that the cocoa production sector should be lucrative enough in order that people would rather opt to keep their cocoa instead of cutting them down to embark on illegal mining. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
So, football fields. The MPP constructed about 30 of those football fields that we call AstroTurfs in the Ashanti region. I am also aware you are a sports enthusiast. Do you have plans? And these questions are from people in your region, who, the young men, and from Mampong, want to find out if you are going to continue with the construction, help them with the construction of football fields.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Yes, sports is one area that we cannot do away with as a country. So together with the sports minister, I'm going to make sure that Ashanti region gets its fair share of the sports infrastructure that we need to inject into the region. Admittedly, and specifically with Mampong constituency, I know there were some attempts to build one of the AstroTurf, I think at Bosofo RC Primary. It was initially attempted at the Tadium Park, which could not work because of the drainage system of the area. And I'm very much aware that it was attempted at Bosofo, which they still could not complete or even get it at any level. All the ones that have been started and we could not complete, I'll work closely with the sports ministry in order that we'll be able to get the needed grants and support to complete them. Whilst at that, maintenance of existing ones, and especially the Babayara Sports Stadium, is one key area that I'll pay critical attention to. Because in recent times, during the qualifiers, you remember that we had an issue with CAF and FIFA regarding the state of the pitch. I'm very sure that anytime there's a football match in Kumasi, the Black Stars, for that matter, performs creditably well. And for which matter, we need to ensure that not only would we be overly dependent on Babayara and maybe the Linkley, we should also get additional sports infrastructure in the form of a sports stadium to augment what Babayara does for the region. So, Mr. Chairman, when given the nod, I'll work closely with the sector minister in order that we will increase the sports infrastructure within the region. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, I want to ask the nominee, have you considered issues of sanitation in the respective markets in the Ashanti region, especially KJTR? In fact, apart from sanitation, there is also some overcrowding, and there are some high crimes also recorded in these markets, including what we cannot confirm whether they are arsons or otherwise. What do you intend to do? Sanitation, overcrowding, and all the ones I've mentioned earlier.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So overcrowding, we need to complete the other markets, KJTR Central Market project, in order that we can decongest the place. Kofu Market and the others, we need to complete in order that we can decongest the place. If the place is well decongested, definitely issues of crime and all that will definitely be limited. Again, on issue of sanitation, with the little engagement I had with the sector players, we have a huge work to do. And the fact that we should treat waste as a resource instead of just a refuse that needs to be dumped somewhere, in order that we can recycle same and also encourage that we do source segregation so that it can make recycling very easy. Beyond that, there used to exist buyback centers where people come in, buy plastic, metals, among other waste that has been properly segregated. If we're able to introduce some of these interventions, we will definitely have an opportunity to have a good control over waste management. Again, using the camp size approach, in areas where we have highly, a bit of a more, we are generating a lot of waste so much, we need to have a dedicated service provider who is stationed and available to provide more of a round-the-clock service instead of they coming in to sweep in the morning and leave the place until the next morning. I think that with these interventions, we should be able to have a good control over the sanitation problems in Ashanti region. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
What's happening to Inaini and New Edubiase Sports Complex? Any plans for them?
Honorable Minister, proceed to answer the question.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, I do not have the full details of the current state of the complex. And when given the nod, I will engage with the stakeholders to take the right briefing so I can take a decisive.
We also have issues of deforestation and then illegal felling of trees. Any plans to, as it were, stop deforestation and illegal felling of trees?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. When given the nod, I'll work closely with the Forestry Commission in order that we will be able to review those with licenses and concessions to legally cut timber and logs, among others, within the area, so that we'll be able to flush out those who are doing same illegally. Whilst at that too, we need to be able to be up in terms of planting back whatever we cut within the forest. Again, illegal mining, as we did earlier on discussed, has also been another source of environmental and depletion of the forest, among others. Once we have a good control over same, we should be able to win the fight over deforestation. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
This is my last question. I know my second deputy speaker wants you to go home. The Minister of Tourism, I'm sure is expecting you to collaborate with her on issues of even the exportation of kente. Do you have any plans for kente weavers? And how do you intend to implement them?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I want to assure Mr. Chairman and the House that I'm going to work closely with her. Bonure, Adangomasi, they are all areas where we have many of our youth involved in kente weaving, among others. I'm going to work closely with her so that we will be able to help create opportunities for our youth and the good people of Ashanti region who are involved in these crafts and these other cultural significant areas of our society. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Doc, I wish you very well, and I pray everything goes well for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, honorable members. I proceed to recognize the presence of Juliet Amokohene, spouse to the nominee. Andrews Nana Kwesi, Ashanti Regional Chairman, and he's here with regional executives. Honorable Betty Mo Didrisu, former Attorney General and Minister responsible for Justice, is here in our midst. Honorable Samuel Sapon, former Ashanti Regional Minister. Nana Edubo for Kwao, the second. Otumfo Jasihini, representing Otumfo. Bafo Kote Kutin Sraman, the second. Bremahini. Nana Ejakoma Difie, the second. Mampong Hima, and Paramount Queen Mother of Mampong, representing all Queen Mothers. Bishop David Ofori, leader of Ashanti clergy. Nti Edu Bosafo, uncle and leader of the family of the nominee. Dr. Mary Eusi, Executive Secretary, Ghana Free Zone Authority. Professor Otin Ababio, Geology Department, University of Ghana, Legon. Honorable Dr. Kobna Dufo, former Finance Minister, and Professor Otin Ajay, former Energy Minister, and Nanaya Asantiwa II, Ejisu Mahima. Thank you for coming. Honorable nominee, Wabin. Thank you very much for attending upon the committee and answering questions in a very composed manner. You are hereby discharged, but you hear from the committee.
XYZ. Metene Dr. Frank Amoakohene.
Honorable invited
Minister designate and veteran Omodi.
Please.
Nsemo mu bi say ni on point osi so pepepepepe nti Ashanti region am say munye biribi ma de tene no nti FAA ma akoso no make say de am say mediso no ye betoa so ye de toa so prekona bibia ye tentem na obia woni bibia wetumi akoye nti bibia obia no a high power 97.9 FM TV XYZ ye toa so nkoye ni me
for the next nominee to take his seat.
Allow me to ask my questions.
in 3 minutes, tell the committee about yourself.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. I'm called Donatus Akamukri Atanga. I'm from Bungu, Namu, Nayoro. I am the second born on behalf of my mother, and then the fifth born on the side of my father. My father had 2 wives. I started primary school in 1977 in Zokugui and moved to the local government authority middle school in Tarongo, Zoko. Then I moved to Notre Dame Minor Seminary Secondary School in 1981 and completed in 1988. Moved to Bolgatanga Secondary School, Big Boss. Had a sixth form minor seminary and completed in 1991 and did 2-year national service. Completed in 1980 and proceeded to the University College of Education in 1993 and completed the diploma course in mathematics and social studies in 1997 because 1 year in 1995 there was students' riots and the UTAC withdrew services, so I had to do 4 years instead of the 3 years. Later on, I went back to University College of Education, Winneba, in 2000 and did a top-up in mathematics and social studies. Then I went back again in the same school and did the Masters in Human Rights from 2011. From there, I went back to Mboga, and I was still teaching in Bolgatanga Girls Secondary School since 1997 up to 2008. From 2009, I became the regional coordinator of Ghana School Feeding Program, and I lost the job in 2017 when there was a change in government. After the change of government, I decided to stay. Thank you, and work for my...
Thank you very much. We'll proceed to vet the nominee, starting from Hajia Ladi Ayamba.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, you couldn't have started anywhere better than the Hajia Ladi you have called. And I know Honorable Yabowema is worried about that. Mr. Nominee, I don't even know how to congratulate you. You more than deserve your being nominated as the Regional Minister of the Upper East Region. I can assure you I know how best, how much, how far when you started struggling. It's not even the issue of when people are saying that you are a secretary or whatsoever. I think I quite remember your Kalabil Wala. And when they say Kalabil Wala, it tells how we struggled and went into the trenches. I want to thank His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for recognizing you and making sure that at least for all these years, you got to this point. I am still waiting, but I'm so happy for you because I am now an MP. I have struggled with you, and went further, I have become an MP. My question to you is, Honorable Donatus, are you going to ensure that the party in the region continues to strive from strength to strength like you did? We said 14/15, that is the number of seats. Then we said we must make it 15/15, and actually we got 15/15. Can you ensure that the party wins more votes, not the seats? After the seats, when they come, I know you will do it, and that you would work to the benefit of everybody in the region. not only NDC members, not only foot soldiers, not only Akatamansonians, but the whole of the Upper East region, especially women and the girl child. I can only wish you the best, and I'll say congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. May Allah bless with good health and long life, with all the protection that be. You are most welcome, and that is my question. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Honorable Haji Aladi. Now, Honorable Nominee, will you work in the interest of everybody as a regional minister when giving the nod?
Thank you, Chairman. As she indicated, or the honorable member indicated, I became the the constituency youth organizer of the party in the 1993, deputy regional youth organizer in 1993, and acting regional youth organizer in 1994, and the regional youth organizer in 1995, and became the regional secretary in 1998 up to date. And in fact, by the extension of the fact that I'm the regional secretary, meant that I'm the neck member, and the longest neck member. And the reason why I have stayed that long is because I carry on everybody. I carry on everybody, not distinguishing between gender, and not much about only your political party. I'm a good converter. I have a lot of the people on the other side because of my relationship and the way I move along with them. I try to make sure that I grow the party by converting members from other parties to our party. And I can assure you that when I worked as school feeding, that is pro-gender, and it looks like
Chairman,
I've worked with the women.
Chairman, the nominee was asked whether he will be a regional minister for all. He is rehashing his CV.
Yeah.
Honorable Donatus, we beg you. We beg you. We don't want you to set your own questions. The question was very simple and demanded a 1-minute answer.
Thank you, Chairman. I will work with everybody. I bring everybody on board.
Thank you.
Irrespective of their political colors.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'll give the floor to Honorable Patrick Baum.
Honorable Donatus, congratulations. And we are all in love with your smoke. You are challenging the Zwarongo chief or the Zoko chief. Anyway, I'm mates with Dr. Reina Akompregeya. We sat in the same class from Legon Law Faculty to the law school. He wants to find out from you, through the committee, your plans to fix the Zoko-Burkina Road, which is very important and dear to the good people of Bongo and the Upper East. And that there's not a single tarred road in your area. Being nominated as regional minister, what plans will you put in place to ensure that some of the roads in your district are tarred? Not the region has a lot of tarred roads, but Zoko in your district, where Honorable Abongo was MP for 16 years. Honorable Bawa came from there. I'm sure you now have a new MP. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In terms of road network, Upper East can be classified as the region that has not got good roads, and that is inclusive of Zoko. So when I am given the nod, what I can do is to liaise with the Minister for Roads and Transport to ensure that the fair share of Upper East is given to us. And we'll have to come up with the roads that need to be tarred and those that need to be graveled so that they can work on that for us. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. That was a brief answer. On your CV, your religion, you said traditionalist. You are a traditionalist. When you say you're a traditionalist, are you a malam or juju man, or you pour libation, or what kind of traditionalist are you, Donatus?
Thank you, Chairman. When I say traditionalist, it means I am practicing the traditional religion of my forefathers. That's what I said. Thank you.
African traditional religion.
Thank you, sir. That's right.
In the custom of Frafres or the people of Zoko?
In the custom of Frafres, people of Zoko are also part of Frafres, so we have our culture, and in fact, we are Gurusi speaking, so we have our tradition and how we pray to our gods. So I pray through the traditional mode.
How is it done?
Well, to do it, you may need to pour libation. Yeah. You can evoke the spirits with that, with your empty hands. You can also, when they demand for you to kill an animal, you do so. A fowl, you do so. That's what we do. Thank you.
No dog meat. Yeah. And I mentioned dog meat. Honorable Adongo was excited. Well, how about the Chuchuluga Sandema Funsi Road? Any plans as well as let's deal with that, then I come to my final question.
Thank you. The Chichuluga from BC route was awarded.
VAC.
Yeah, was awarded under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's first term, and then it got abandoned. Some little work has been done about it. So when I'm giving the nod, what I will do is to liaise with the Minister of Rules to understand where they have left, and to try and see how we can fix it and fast track, because that is a route that is linking to the food basket of the region. From BC Valleys is very dear to the region, and I will have to work hard to ensure that route is done. Thank you.
Chairman, my last question. A lot of MPs from the Upper East region, the citizens from Upper East region, they fly to Tamale. Some of them drive 2 hours to Bolga, some 4 hours to Pusiga. Lade is always struggling to get back to Accra. The Paga airstrip, I've landed there many years ago. It's not in good shape. Do you have any plans to discuss with the President to make it a priority to redevelop the Paga airstrip so that the Upper East can also receive commercial flights in that beautiful part of the country? Thank you, and I wish you the very best, Donatus. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. The airport in the Bolgatanga or Upper East region is something that is dear to all of us. And under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, there was some initial works done, and it got stuck due to probably funding. And so when the campaign was going on, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was in the region and assured us that that would be one of the major programs he's going to do. And so I will only have to follow up and insist and persuade him to ensure that that project is taken off to lessen the burden and also open up the region for economic activities. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will proceed to give the floor to Ritana Odolesowa.
Thank you, Chairman, for the opportunity. Honorable nominee, congratulations for your nomination by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. I have no doubts, listening to Haji Aladi, what she has said about you, I have no doubt that you work very well, making sure that you got 15 over 15 in the 2024 elections. So I want to congratulate you and wish you well. And it is my prayer that you bring all together. As regional minister, you are going to be the minister for everybody in the region. So let's work with them well so that we'll maintain our 15 seats and then more votes come 2028. God bless you.
Thank you very much. I will give the floor to Dr. Kabiru.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, and thank you very much, Mr. Donatus, for the confidence repose. I just want to congratulate you. But I just want two questions, simple questions. They have to do with security. And then most especially people in Boku commuting to Accra through the Boku-Bolgatanga road last year or so. Some innocent people were also, if you want, some people were brutally attacked by the military, all on the back of the problem in Boku. How can you assure the people of Boku, in the meantime, whilst the president promised to have a final solution to the problem in Boku, how can you assure them the security to move out of Boku and move in of Boku without any hurdle?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The security in the Upper East region is really very serious, and it is a matter of concern to us. And what we are happy with is that immediately after the election, the president, on the 8th day, had visited the two leaders that are involved in the conflict. And plans are put in place, I understand, to see to it that there's a lasting solution to it. What I will do as a regional minister, if I'm given the opportunity, is to liaise with the security agencies, those who are the experts in the area, and my colleague in the northeast region, to see how we can do some engagements that will improve upon the situation and will lead to bringing lasting solution in the area. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My second question have to do with the mining at mining site around the Tongo areas, and also the cardinal resources. There have been this tension between locals and then these mining companies, and also the activities of Galamsey and happening within that enclave. What steps will you take to ensure that locals benefit from the mineral resources, and also if there are concessions given to commercial, they also participate in the development of those communities involved?
Thank you, Chairman. Really, it has come to our knowledge that some tensions occur in the areas are partly due to the fact that the large mining companies probably have not given some space for the small-scale mining people to operate. Sometimes that is the cause. The second one could be community requesting for royalties or their involvement. And so what I would do is to engage the stakeholders, the companies and the communities and the mining groups. These people who are doing the small-scale mining, they have formed some associations, some groups. So I'll engage their leadership to find out how we can get a better solution to the problem so that we can coexist and exploit the resources for the benefit of all of us and for Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and let me just say thank you to the nominee for their answers.
Thank you very much. I proceed to give the floor to Honorable George Kweku Rickett-Hagan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Nominee, congratulations. Again, I will say, as I've said to others, I also welcome you to the Club of Regional Ministers. Again, a challenge that is faced by regional ministers across the country is that of decentralized institutions who will operate in your region and take their orders from their parent institution, either a ministry, department, or an agency, where they draw their budget from. And many a times projects happens in your region that you may not be aware of because they've taken the directives or the projects are signed in Accra. I want to find out how you will be able to work together with all these institutions to make sure that whatever is happening in your region in terms of projects or programs, you are actually aware of it and you are able to help out in terms of making sure that the economic benefits of such projects are actually realized by the people in your region. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. The way I will address it, if I'm given the nod, is that if the various departments find it difficult to cooperate with me because they take instructions from their mother departments at the national level, my first point will be to have engagement and good relationship with the sector ministers. And so if I am relating well with them, they will be able to share with me as to what their plans for Upper East is. And once they share with me, then I will be able to also engage the local players at the regional level, and so that we can fine-tune things together. And if I have constant meetings with the local players and make them to understand how we should coexist and operate with each other, I think we will solve the problem. Thank you, Chairman.
Okay, last one. What would you like to see at the end of your 4 years? Hopefully you get a nod, as I believe you will. What you will call a success at the end of your 4 years for the people of the Upper East as their regional minister.
Thank you, Chairman. As the end of my tenure as a regional minister, I will want to see to it that the Bolgatanga airport is fully in operations. I would like to see the multi-purpose dump of Paluru, which will provide jobs and open up the area for economic activities, will be constructed. I would like to see to it that the peace in Boku is actualized, so that Boku can return to the good days where we used to refer to Boku as the West African constituency, because it shares border with two international communities, Togo and Burkina Faso. And Boku was so good and also a business center until these things. And I hope that at the end of it all, as we equally see that the agenda 111 hospitals that are left there will be completed. Mr. Chairman, Upper East, we have a very serious problem in the health sector, where you have the patient-doctor ratio to be 1:24,124 doctors. That's a very serious issue against the accepted UN ratio of 1:1,000. And so I would wish that at the end of my tenure, we should have the health sector improved, because the healthy society will be the society that can lead us to development. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much. Mr. Nominee, I wish you well. Mr. Chairman, I have no further questions.
Thank you. I'll give the floor to Jerry Shai. Available Ranki.
Thank you very much, my able Chairman. Honorable nominee, congratulations to you. You say you have 5 children?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
How many of them are currently enjoying the free SHS?
If you say free SHS, I have 2 of them who have completed SS already, and so they are not. I have one in the university. He is not enjoying free SHS. Then I have the last one is in GSS. So I'm not a beneficiary as of now. Thank you.
But do you have any views personally on the free SHS?
Thank you. Personally, if you want to help people who are downtrodden, who cannot make it, it's something good. Free HSS is meant for, to bridge the gap between the haves and have-nots. And so it's a good policy. And so for me, the only problem that we have is the way it was, implemented, where you do not have infrastructure and for classrooms and for dormitories, and in fact, that caused the quality of education. So we only need to improve upon the implementation of it so that we can have the full benefit of the whole process. Thank you.
You did not complete middle school. Do you have any reason why?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I did not even complete primary school too. Thank you. I started my primary school in 1977 and I ended the primary school in 1980. So which means I did some 4 years in primary school. So I didn't do 6 years. I went to the middle school. I did Form 1, Form 2 and wrote common entrance exams. And I qualified to go to secondary school. That's why I left in 1983. I went to Notre Dame Seminary Secondary School after I had qualified to enroll there. So therefore, I could not complete the middle school. Thank you.
So where did you have your national service?
Thank you, Chairman. I did my national service in Jokugu Primary. JSS. I did 1 year. Then the second time, once I didn't have admission, and so I said, oh. To date, yes, I am.
So you are the Mugabe of the Upper East region. That is correct. In terms of party leadership.
Thank you, Chairman.
As in NDC party leadership, yes.
I think that if it is NDC party leadership, I'm the oldest in the whole nation. Because I'm the NEC member, by extension of the regional secretary's position, you are a NEC member of the National Executive Committee. And so therefore, all the people who are there, even my national chairman was yet an MP. He was not a NEC member. So I'm the oldest of the NEC in this country.
At 55 years, you confirm that you are the oldest? Or it's a... Yes, Chairman, I got him. At 55 years, Honorable Nominee, you are the oldest NEC member.
Thank you, Chairman. I've given the years that I started leading, being a NEC member. Per the NDC Constitution, if you are the regional chairman, regional secretary, you serve as a member of NEC representing your region. And so I became the regional secretary in 1998. Therefore, I was a member of NEC nationally. And I was there up to date. Today, as I'm talking, I'm still the regional secretary. And those who came, there were some other people who were leaders of the party, but some of them had left. So I'm the only one who has served. I served with his Honorable Hudi Ahaya there. And so Hudi Ahaya and Co are no longer there. Late Iti Mensa and Co, I was with them. They are no more. And so I am the oldest NEC member in this country.
So just for clarity, at what age did you first become a NEC member?
1998.
At what age? Not year.
What age? They have to do the deduction. I have to do the subtraction for 1998 to 1969. Yeah.
I'm waiting for the age. I understood you clearly. You said longest serving. Yeah. And I'm asking, at what age did you first become the NEC member? So, and there is a reason behind that.
Yeah, I will do the math.
Check, maybe you were 16 years.
And do the mathematics.
Honourable member, you can make progress.
They've
done the calculation and they said that he's been there for 27 years, and at the time he joined the NEC, you are about 28 years. So please proceed to ask your question.
All right.
It's always good to have a very protective chair.
27 years. I was 27 years when I became
27 years.
Yeah.
Very well. Congratulations on being the longest serving.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, so having perused your CV, there is the aspect of you graduating with a Master of Arts in Human Rights. Is that correct?
Thank you. That's true.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Have you in any way or form averted your mind to what is currently happening in your region with reference to early child marriages, and that in your area it is recorded to be about 28.7% as against the national one, which is about 19%. This is a problem, and I want to first of all find out from you, how do you intend to resolve this problem?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The issue you brought up is something that people do undercover. And so if somebody decides to give a daughter under age, and what he will say is a help to the auntie, you may not know, you can't hold them for it. And so, but once we know that that is against the law, it is for us to engage, if I become the minister, to have community sensitization why it is not right for them and constitutionally wrong for anybody to marry somebody under the age of 18. And so I'll embark on that community sensitization.
Oh, just by way of information, the sensitization may not be enough. There is also, you have powers including getting the law courts to perform their task. I do not think that one of the things you want to see under your watch is to see a 13, 12-year-old getting all forms of teenage pregnancy and getting abused. So please take that up.
Thank you, Chairman.
Yes. I also have an issue with a lot of health practitioners or medical practitioners or officials or officers who happen to find themselves transferred or sent to your region. But what happens is that most of them run back. Don't you think there is something we are not doing right in the region to keep these people? And what are the things you think we are not doing right, and how do you intend to get them done rightly?
Thank you, Chairman. Well, it's really a common knowledge that people, when you send them to rural communities, those who are brought up in the urban areas, they find it very difficult to accept pushes to rural communities. Mr. Chairman, Upper East is a rural region. And so probably those of them who, after accepting postings to the region, decide to abandon the region, maybe it could be partly because of the fact that the region is rural, and you know, if you are in a rural region, there are a lot of things that you may not have access to. People would like to probably improve their education and others. And so, and even the fact that we don't have an airstrip for you to even fly back to Accra to do your exams and others. For personal development, the people will have to get back to their urban centers. What I hope to do as a regional minister is that we'll have to link up with the education minister, who can provide a lot of things in the region, so that if people would like to improve upon themselves while they are working there, they will have that opportunity. And so that is the way to go. And the other way is also to try to partner with the district assemblies to see if they can sponsor our own, if they can sponsor our own people to be doctors, if they put you back to your own place, you cannot describe your place as rural and that you have to go to urban. And once you are accustomed to this in the conditions there, your likelihood of staying in the place is almost 90% than somebody moving from an urban area to a rural area. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So I have some statistics I just want to share with you, and you either agree with me or otherwise. So we have in your region about 96 health facilities comprising about 30 hospitals. Sorry, 20 hospitals. Yeah. 7 government, 3 CHAG, and 10 private. 67 health centers, 38 clinics, 3 private maternity homes, 488 demarcated chiefs compounds or chief zones, 395 functional chiefs zones, and 224 chief compounds. And I heard you rightly say that is 1 doctor to 24 patients.
24,000, not 24.
It's actually 24,124.
1 patient to 24,124.
1 doctor.
1 doctor to
24,124 patients.
Yes. And if the nurses ratio.
Yes, and the nurses ratio, you also have about
1 is to 313 nurse,
very apt.
Patients, nurse-patient ratio.
Very correct.
So that is very, very appalling.
It's dire.
Yeah.
What other, apart from what you have just indicated, can we do to ensure that this is actually changed? Because one gets bitten by a snake and then you are expecting one to have some treatment. And the fact that the nurse is taking care of about 313 or more people, or the doctor has to take care of about 24,124 people, that person may just die because of basic first aid. What can we do, Mr. Nominee?
Thank you, Chairman. I think that what we can do is to have the government to have a relook at the situation in the rural regions. There must be a special package to ensure that people accept postings to those regions. And so if they accept postings to those regions, then we can help reduce the gap between the ratios. And again, as I said earlier, it is so important that we ourselves should be up and doing. We should also try to take the health issues as central in our lives. And so that every assembly we should engage every assembly to sponsor health workers so that we can be there. Another issue is also the combined effect of the facilities available. Some of the workers, because of the lack of funding, and sometimes the special drugs are not available. And so people find it difficult to come and know what to do, but there's no available drugs for me to treat the people. So people don't want to associate themselves with people losing lives because of lack of these items. And so we'll have to also get to government and let them understand the peculiar situation of Upper East region, and so that the supplies, medical supplies, and funding for certain activities are properly done and quickly, so that we can motivate the workers to stay in the region.
Is it possible, I mean, Chairman tells me our RCC doesn't have a budget, but is it possible you're considering getting some private partners to support you, provide some accommodation for some of these people that come in as well? Is it possible?
Thank you, Chairman. That is quite possible, because these days it is not possible for all the government to be able to bring about development. You have to look for public-private partnership. And actually, when I'm giving the nod, what we will do is to get our people to start writing proposals and engaging private individuals to see how they can also augment the efforts of government so that we'll be able to address the issue. Thank you.
So, having been party secretary from 1998 to date, there is the fear that you are going in to have an extension of your party office at the region. What assurances are you giving to all manner of people, be it CPP, GCPP, my mother sitting here, and myself visiting you in the Upper East region, that I am a die-in-the-wool MPP? What assurances are you going to give us to showcase proper servant, independent leadership, irrespective of partisanship?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Upper East, our politics is different from other regions. We are not antagonistic. We and the opposition parties, we are not antagonistic. We only engage on ideas. And because of that, we have good relationship. When I was nominated, you have the NPP regional chairman, their secretaries, all. They are happy that I'm there. And I can assure you that what happens is that when I'm driving my car and I see an MPP executive, I will pick him and card him to destination and say, please, can you join my party? So that's how we do. That's how we live in Upper East. And so I can assure you that my office as a regional minister is an office, is a public office, is a public office for all citizens of Upper East region and not for NDC alone. And for that matter, if I want to do my party business, I will find a day and assign the day to my party office where I can go and receive my party people about politics. And that I can separate the job of the secretary and that of a regional minister. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nominee. I think you are doing well. I want to find out from you. We have a lot of what I would term territorial conflicts or boundaries, conflicts that arise as a result of whether this is my boundary or your boundary, and you know, we have it all over the place. I'm also very much well aware of the Arigu and Gubarugu. I don't know if I got the pronunciations right. I think it's Arigu and Gubarugu conflict that is gradually brewing. Any plans to avert that conflict, if at all?
Thank you, Chairman. It is Argo and Borgo. So, Guborgo and Argo.
I need the tutorials properly.
Yes.
Argo and Gorgo.
Guborgo.
Argo and Gorgo.
Thank you. So, actually, those issues are there. When I get to the office, by your permission, what I will do is to engage the community leaders and the key stakeholders of the area, and we will have to have dialogue. And when we dialogue, we will be able to get a solution to it. If we decide to go to fight, that will not lead to the benefit of anyone. There's no winner in war. So it is only dialogue that can solve. So I can assure you, I will liaise with the security agencies, I will liaise with the conflict resolution people and the stakeholders so that we carry out what necessary activities are there for us to ensure that we have lasting peace in those areas.
Thank you very much. Since you're talking about war conflict, let's still go on the tangent of the long-standing Boku conflict. I'm a very worried man. I have a friend that I lost as a result of this conflict. It's called Noom, from my constituency. He traveled to the north, specifically the Upper East, and never got back. It's been decorated now, or it's been decorated now as political and a whole lot. Chieftaincy issues and all that. Honorable Nominee, I know you want to end the Boku conflict. Tell us how you intend to do so.
Thank you, Chairman. The Boku conflict is an old one, actually, as you indicated. And it is not easy for one to sit on the table and say, you can end it. But you must take certain steps, and those steps have already been taken by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on his 8th day in government. And there's a certain roadmap that he has drawn between, the two feuding factions. And so what I would do is to rely on the roadmap drawn by the president, and also engage the regional security agencies and find out where they are and what are the issues, or how can we deploy certain measures to be able to resolve the matter. I will not sit here to claim that I'm an expert in conflict resolution and I can do it alone. I will do by inviting people who have the know-how to help in that direction. Thank you.
I understand why you are a Mugabe. I do. So I think you have few tourist sites in your region. And maybe Chairman will tell you that you don't generate any IGF, but you have plans of collaborating with the Minister of Tourism or Ministry of Tourism. And what are some of these tourist sites? I mean, this is just the opportunity for you to sell Upper East.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Upper East is really lucky to have a lot or a number of tourist sites. You can be talking about the Tungu Hills. You can talk about the Tunzuk Shrine. You can talk about Bungu Rocks. You can talk about the Paga Crocodile Ponds and so on. And so the way to generate revenue from these tourist sites is to, first of all, if I'm given the opportunity as a regional minister, to engage the Ministry of Tourism and to know what is their roadmap for me to make inputs. And when I know the roadmaps, and we try and also go ahead to ensure that we are able to construct the airport. You know, tourism goes with people visiting the area. So if the transportation to the area is not in the good shape, it will affect your your tourism potential. So if we're able to construct the airport in Upper East region, it will go a long way to boost that kind of activity that will lead to realizing some revenue for the local operators and the whole country. That's how we have to go about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you have a further question? Okay, I recognize Roxanne Napamo Honorable for supplementary.
Chairman, thank you very much. My Regional Secretary, RM nominee, welcome.
Thank you.
Fantastic guy. And we thank the President for recognizing you for this role. Yes. Now, as a follow-up to the question regarding the rehabilitation of the road to improve tourist visitation to the tourism attraction sites that are in your region. There's a road that stretches between Asonge to Zalerigu, through Damogo to Tindungo, through Pelungu and ends at Sakuti. It's a very bad rocky road. But if you prioritize its rehabilitation, it will help in the tourist travel between the areas that he mentioned earlier and the tourist attraction sites dotted along this stretch. As the RM, will you prioritize that this stretch of road be done? First, to ease transportation of goods and services, and also to improve the inflow of tourists to the area.
Thank you, Chairman. My honorable member knows Upper East more than myself. But actually, that is an area or an enclave that has a certain connection to the tourist areas. And so, surely if I become the regional minister, it is one of the top priorities to ensure that we do road rehabilitations in those areas. In fact, we'll have to even open up the whole region. If you go into Upper East entering from Tamale, you can see that we have only one highway straight into town. That is something that we need to look at. We have to do some kind of engage the road minister if we could do some overpass, both left and right, and so that you can have a way of circumventing. And mind you, we are in a situation where you have conflict. And that is where when you are coming in and there's no way you could maneuver, once you take off the new shore banker that you are passing through here, and people will wait for you. So opening up route network in Upper East is part of the ways that we have to do to resolve conflict or reduce conflict. And so I will lace up with the Ministry of Roads and Transport to ensure that we open up the region, constructing feeder routes and rehabilitating those that are existing so that we can boost the region's potentials. Thank you.
Chairman, thank you, W.
You know your region houses the right honorable speaker. Is he Upper West or Upper East? Upper West. Oh, very well. So I've been corrected. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So my final question to you: water, sanitation in the markets, and arsons in the market. These are all security issues. Water. How do you intend for the good people of Upper East to get clean, drinkable water, to have their markets safe so that they can ply their trade? Their roads are safe. No armed robbers are going to chase them when they've done a lot of selling. And yes, how do you intend to?
Thank you, Chairman. As you said, actually water is life. And I'm happy that under the NDC government, under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, there are a lot of works that were done in water. You have Boku Water Township, and you have the one in Bungo and others. We have to continue to expand and make sure at least most of the communities have these water systems. And that is also engaging in getting the dams where the water is drawn from. The water is drawn from Via and Tunu. So if those dams are not desilted, they will affect our program of getting clean water for the areas. So we have to look at those projects and improve upon them, and then also expand the water systems in the various communities so that we'll have water for the people. And so if you do not have clean water, it can lead to cholera. If they drink from any bad source, it can lead to cholera. And so water is connected to the health of the people, and that is a priority that we'll have to embark on. Thank you.
I am told the MPP government did a lot of work with reference to water, from Navrongo to Boga. I'm sure you are aware of. The upper is water supply. Pardon?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am not much abreast with it because I was in the regional minister at that time. Thank you.
Donatus, we all know you are very honest, man. So you are not aware of the Upper East water supply system. $40 million by DENICE, which was commissioned by President Akufo-Addo, the presence of everyone in the region. Hey, there's nothing wrong admitting of this very important project. There's nothing wrong
the man says you're not abreast.
How can you not be abreast with such a very important? Donatus, come on. We like you, but this one, Mugabe, you can ask Agaga, you can ask Clementa Park. Adongo was part of the committee that approved the loan finance committee. Adongo, come on. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Honorable Patrick Boama, the nominee in a very clear and unambiguous term, provided the answer. He is not abreast with what you are talking about. So we take that as an answer to the question. Please.
Thank you very much. But there's something I like about Chairman. Anytime he's trying to do some nice chauffeur, he's very serious behind the wheels. And nominee, we get you. We get you. But I'm sure you are aware. I'm sure you are aware. I'm sure you are aware.
Mr. Chairman, I said I am not abreast with the issue.
Mr. Regional Minister nominee, this is my final question to you. Do you have, it depends on the fact that, because he's not abreast, that is why I want to bring his mind to that. Do you have any form of betting activities in the Upper East region? Betting.
Mr. Chairman, if you say any form of betting activities, I cannot talk to it because, one, if the people are doing it behind the scenes and it's not in public, it's not published, I will not be able to know. And so I am not abreast of issues of betting.
Well, so, but do you think the betting tax should be scrapped?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Any tax that will not lead to development, devoid of people suffering, can be allowed to stay. But if the tax is such that it's exploitative of a certain class of people, and government proposed to abolish it, I am for it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I wish you very well. And I just heard about dog meat factory. Is there a factory in your region which is a dog meat factory?
Well, thank you. I think you want to take me back to the early days of the MPP, where our Dagati brothers, Anton Kabu, declared he was going to build a dog factory in Upper West. Who were even begging that if he could do one in Upper East. He has not even completed one in Upper West, let alone Upper East. So as of now, there's no factory.
Thank you very much. I wish you well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Akamugri Donatus Atanga. La Mani.
La Anson.
Udansika. La Ang Sona.
Oh, boy.
Thank you very much. I recognize the following guests. Chairman Pio PR, the Tudberi Adiali Ayagitam, President, Upper East Regional House of Chiefs, Alem Yarum, Baba Salifu, Paramount Chief of Bongo, Naba Alam Namo Chief, Naba Kabampuya, Dagari Chief, Alaji Mumuni, Naba, Regional Chairman, Upper East, Mr. Abubakar Salifu, Atungu, Regional Vice Chairman, Mr. Aganda Atia, businessman, Mrs. Patricia Akamugri, spouse of the Minister nominee, Mr. Mutawa Kilu Yasana, Regional Organizer. Mr. Tahiru Aberenga Nsobila, Constituency Chairman, Bongo. Timpani Chief Naba Kletus Abugri. Tensia Chief Naba Abukbila. Bari Chief Nyakura Manti. Mr. Jonathan A. Salifu, Regional Communication Officer. Honorable Kletus Avoka, former Member of Parliament, Zebila. Former Upper East Regional Minister, Honorable Ephraim Avia. Honorable James Tinga Zuga. Honorable Albert Abongo, former Member of Parliament. Honorable Edward Bauer, Chief Executive of GMPC. Honorable Charles Bauer, Member of Parliament, Bongo. Dr. Aaron Issa Anamfuri, former Chief Executive, SIC Life. Dr. Aaron Issa, Honorable Isaku Bakuri, former MCE Boku. Honorable Roger Abolimbisa, former MP, Bursa North. Bonotobo members, all constituency, Bonaboto. Well, I have Bonoboto. So it's Bonoboto members, all constituency chairman. You are welcome. But honorable members, I will plead with the nominees yet to be vetted. Starting from tomorrow, you will only be allowed 10 guests to accompany you. The marshals will be at the gate to return the 11th person. Therefore, to avoid embarrassment, don't come with more than 10 for only the rest to be returned. Please take note, and notice is hereby accordingly served. Honorable Minister nominee, thank you for attending upon the committee. You will surely hear from the committee, and you are hereby discharged.
Thank you, Chairman.
Missy Menanum, a group bassa, and the brabro, Tibedu,
As for me, I take very good care of my grandkids. Ye dear grow, na yes, a room maybe crana, me bano timide, or maybe gumi so weekend.
Hey, mumle,
memre, I don't think I'm catcher say, Yano, Medi, garlic capsules. Posuna, a basis so come. As I stand here, my doctor said my whole system has improved very well.
Medi, garlic
capsules. Yes, Medi, garlic capsules.
Oh,
Medimosis garlic capsules. What mamoja
Ghana de shima yema munyina ajo eba power 97.9 FM so radio XYZ and afen so TV XYZ so wo hwa watre be na nwumre nonsia abapa ho sima no aduasa enwotwe pepepe e wo fie ha madam ensama hodo adi ahim yema mu yanyina nim de ekoso se ene obo man Ghana mu ampanyifo ahodo a Ghana mampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama epa wo se wo meda hye yahodo ano no vete no efina wo twa mu de ba no ano vete no ehye so ewo mai emu akomra hyebedwafi appointment committee no abre no wo mo tena dwamu ampanifo ahodo ni nyina opa wo mo no wahyase a wo mo etoto wonano ewo eye dibra hodo amampanyi yera John Dramani Mahama ede ahye wonum ensa na wo hwe vete no sade esifa ekoso na mpanifo makoma be 9 na wo ekopie mu ewo appointment committee na nimu osoafo ya sabre wabo ni din sa wo mehwe yensa ase no oba de ne pa eso ema yokwa santimantamu a pani a wo ba beda mantam na no yera Dr. Frank Aboakohene wono so wokopie mu ewo committee no animu a wo mo etoto na no enadua na de otwato okra ya okohia committee no ya wode womo anu toto ya na bawie ye enedie no ye pani a sabre mampanyi abone din se okopie mu watifi apoye mantam no emu a wonkonkoda mantam no ano no ene wonu nyamfo akamugri atanga Donatus wono ena enwumere ya no wokotwia appointment committee no a empanyifo toto na no ensem dodo no a ena womo ede atudwa yewura eye atanga Donatus se wo se wo hwe atifi apoye mantam no emu a nyame ya dom na se omogine tumu a obehe se obeboa mantam no atimi agya ne naso ye ho toto ye sanse wonu sei wo hwe ndi se manyoko no a wabobi ewom mantam ni mu so wadidi brebebre ewo mantam ni mu a efi apema hankron ene aduokron mienu di ba no a 1992 1993 1994 ene wo chese waboa party no ewo mantam no emom eti ye ka nimdie na sefo no a ebi hodom asabre no obetimi di abeboa atifi apoye mantam no emo na enema atimi agya ne naso eti ne dua ni die veti ahodo ni nyina no ne die no wo mo di ni nyina abawie ya ye hwedi mo se nyankopon ya dom a eda chena wo mbetimi atoa so na mpanifo akoso atoto wo mu ano dibra hodo a Ghana mampanyi John Dramani Mahama edi ahye sa mpanifo ahodo ni nyina ansa no ya hwese bibia betimi akonkan na ya chiwo nyina etumu a wo mo ahyase aye wo mo adwuma ye hye no so se mpanifo ahodo a sabre mu ahyebedwa no etimi age wo nyina tum no de wo mo ahyase a wo mo eyo mo adwuma se ne ye hwe ni mu se woni a wo mo aka wo mo veti no egusu ekoso no ene ye hwe ni mu se wo honsam report no committee no de be kopie mu ewo brahyebedwa fie na mpanifo atena so eya no ho anobaba ye ne kowie che no mo gitumu a na won so aka nyina no watimi ahyase aye wo mo adwuma eti na de ne de wo de abawie ye hwe ni mu se nyame ya dum eda chena appointment committee no be satena se na vetting ka ye na hodo no aka no wo mo ede atoa so nti ye nyina ye watweyem chena so de betofo mu bia no ye de ba besom ye tiefo ene ya hwefo ebremu de yemfa sida ema enwumakwe sanse dwumade de bremu nyina no madaroma wo mo na so yasena ye de sa dwumade eba makwan mu Medi Moses Clinic and prostate center say men control say we ye be ma na otimi kasa bre ni man koyi o men se mo na kire say we ye be ma wo dwunso twa no how kase e wo mu dia Medi Moses for say ni monim ya fa beda wo mo sense sexual weakness na ha wo anase bia wo mu how diabetes ni nyina no typhoid fever and ha wo Medi Moses Clinic and prostate center say we ye be ma ment na wo your banso infection ahodo adokro wa ment na fa bra na wo entu ase fama wo mo branches ahodo bebre wo kwa dental barrier obutu okokumasi ahene makokoben susu a wo mu ebutu hodom etidi ehia so beje ahoma no na wo ne wo adi enkomo eye 0244 068447 0244 068447 ofra Medi Moses for bejo so Ostic real estate say men control say anybody mu ya wo yo bia wo pasase na say bia wo pedan atena mu dia Ostic real estate for edda ho edema esan say wo pasase amanso twe bia ni ho a wo mo ba wo be ma asase krogen ho nkrata sam ni nyina ejina ne naso eti say wo pa bi wo dodo wa ayukuma asabi doyumu afienya anase dowenya Shy Hills no Ostic real estate abie wom apnom wom ahoma ni yefra wom na ene won ento akomodie eso eye 0244 684069 and afa 0240 933748 0266 101406 fra Ostic Real Estate for one bejo so edu heba one de SM bitasaba where ye drosson kwa eboa ema mema gina na so ye mema di ho adanse ye pa esan se wenu nu bra hahama ene waka bomu e dia ye SM bitas no eti so ye bema na so onya bi na so no no mo a ebe mo agina brane na ye fro se bema mu ankasa enya na pharmacy shop be a ben wo program benya bia to pendo so poma over 0558 379545 and after 0201 044221 0243 989368 Little George Health Shop say one more tema community 5 in between a year Presbyterian asafono any PV or ben runabout no it's Little George for e wonra hodoa wom etonto bi se ko wa mesha ko plus o dominion herbal powder Mr. Kill vitamins ahodo minerals any herbal medicine ahodo ni nyina no Little George for nro no kama om se bra na beje wodi ani manim ya ebia wo ko wa ya kwan ya obefra homa 0243 140213 0243 140213 fra Little George for beje wo so na obi ohodum a ye kan yafu yade stomach ulcer atena ne so ache yie pa o pedro ba ko ebetimi aboa na wo yafu yade stomach ulcer no asia tuama wa eno ane haxa mesha ene ne capsules we no wo no mesha na me capsules ne basa no aboa ema yade na situ ntantantantam eti yafu yade stomach ulcer bia no ye haxa mesha ene ne capsules yi ena ebetu asia ekwa ema bi okura esanse sa yade ehya se ba enipadua ni mu a ehun sunsuanso no ya na donso pa bo nse bo ho a na ne so ate na numu ato anase bia na ne yafu na sa ye kese no mu ni ade sunsuanso bebre na dadi onipadua ni mu a kire se wanya stomach ulcer bi di se wonya san sunsuanso we bi di a mesra obo de aduane to ne yamu a obetu wa ya nko a kwana koto haxa mesha na nom ebetu stomach ulcer no ase ediama onye na pharmacy shops ahodo ni emu de mo pendodo mu di a na wa 0240 238310 and our face 0203 822855 0240 238310 from Haxa for Ebejo. So let's talk educational consult and ne wo yo for what me ka sabre o pe bia papa pama obana kwa kwagentete ye ewo ngoma hiem dia fani kwa let's talk educational consult esan se when woje eye preschool no free bosomi nsia kopem fie nsia obetete oba no okwan paso ama na enwuma hie kro na wonyin susu a ne tirim abobew ama kire se watumpon ewo nwuma hiem o 40 me ka sabre ya let's talk educational consult madam time bob ho ena wose wode oba ne ko na wakwaje sa enimdie wo mo tashi nungwa estate mango street no ye lojokuku municipal assembly eho ena obutuo obetimi afra homa na one madam time bob edi mu enkomo 0249 069821 ena fe 0249 069821 ofra obejo so Sabash Herbal Center Sabash for La Paz New Market no eho no ayen kran ha ya New Market kwantempo ne so Sabash for kire se wo ye be ma sexual weakness how anase bia wo mu how na etete wo hepatitis B how sexual infections ahodo no now the abeda wo mu abibidro krogen wo mu di betu ase ama afe kokko ni ayam team sisiade Sabash Herbal Center for abenia wo mu ebebo tema community 1 babale wo butu okon enkran ha okaishi anase bia shama Medina babia wo mu ebutu oti wo be fra homan now ne Sabash for edi enkomo ye 0500 064000 na face 0500 064001 fra Sabash for womo ebejo so Solak Natural Clinic SMN can show said mani ya kidney ya de na tete we live no how aba ho anase bia ba be ma mo pa wo wo junso twa no how aba mu infections ahodo aba mu anabia na mu nyado awdo bi na tete wa Solak for said mani ya bre omo wa doctor for anim de for wo ma bene ewa pomudin emo enti wo bai wo yade no onsan emfa nkobio fakwa down na wontu asia ma hye so kwa test ahodo ni nyina wom eye bi ewo ho no mo onkran ha ya kokomlemle wo ben ye Harvard Senior High School no wo betimi afre Solak for 0553 932631 0553 932631 ofra wo mo ebeje so na Ruta Natural Product no edo so pa wo mo Ruta mixture ho malaria fever enetete wa ruta mixture na make am form ruta titanic nso typhoid fever dro and afe ruta live and also boama ye funu na ye kese no fi na adokro ye nipadua no nane ni nyina efri mo eti ruta mixture ruta titanic and afe ruta live koneko pebineto enya na pharmacy shops ahodo atwe ho ahia de ben wo bia wo bo rama obenya bia to dem open do so po mu dia obefre 0244 503443 0244 503443 ubo ramu obenya bina 3p garlic mixture we no 100% garlic and woman so ya woman de ye droshon ko 3p garlic mixture natural plant juice enti wutimi nka sabre na se bia ohunam no etai tutu wa poso joint no wo ho ana wa ye kase mroso o pese wo sote sradia na dokro wa machira se wo je ohun anye kwane kwoto 3p garlic mixture nenonom wankasa ubedi ho adanse edupa nya na ewo Ghana haba bia pharmacy shops awodro nim nyina no ope bia benya bia to na mo pendodo mu dia ubefre P-Work natural health for ewo homa iso emu chechemu bia aka bia no wo mo edebema 0248 928824 and afe 0201 000021 ofra P-Work for Bejos name we abofra na wunyamro emfrinsha dumienu dia wonka oba makwadanu for woso wonka hom Spanish garlic mixture and capsules no droshon kwa eboa ema wa wonase atatai anase bia wo jonso a wote wo yaw ewo mubu onso a wo jonso ten madre betimi age wo eno ane Spanish garlic mixture and capsules yi wo no mixture na memre capsules no oba ubu sensi so yi wote wo yaw halitosis na ha wo anase bia gastric ulcer na ha wo no kwane kwato Spanish garlic mixture and capsules bi ebebo di wakagina mu amwagina na so amanya de wani nyina ase atu amount Spanish garlic mixture and capsules nya na ewo pharmacy shops Ghana ha babia de ben wo boramu a ubenya biato na emom no open dodo mu dia obefre 0266 114111 0266 114111 ofra mpanifor ebeje wo so Power Specialist Herbal Hospital Power Specialist Herbal for set main control say ya bibidro krojen eno mudi tu yade ase na ye ka baso body award no a o ma je be yem prem 9 times award winner hospital wo ma bene pa nimdifo kuku dama doctor fo a o ma jentete ye se yade a wo ma bene ewo mu wo mu na wo Power Specialist Herbal Hospital enti hepatitis no say ye BCA ene hu keka hu ni nyina no fabra wo mo ebesa yade fat liver anase bia bema prostate no aye kese anase bia ekuro ba mu ana bibia tesa no a wo de kwadan Power Specialist fo a wo mo ebetu ase ulcer na ha wo fibroid and kidney stones wo mo se fabra ni mani biya esanse obansoso a wo mo onura hodo bebre ye JRI and afesu JIR ni nyina ye nura hodo eboama memma momensam no etimi ejina ne naso and afesu hebatine mixture ewo hodomo a eno so eboa ebustu system no emankwamwa no ejina wo naso ye wo machi kwan no wo ewo kwa benya ACP kwantempo ne so ehwa Power Hospital bus stop wo and akokuma senso afe ya se bosomtwe kwantempo ne so a ye adu aya junction ena wom ebutuo takrade so anaji estate oben ahantanan rural bank no obora ho a obenya wom achi kwan na se obefre 0244 544442 and afe 0200 383831 0555797878 ofra Power Specialist for ebeje wo so na mega cash no ye kwaso abom ka ye se nei upese wonya sika ewo botom dia animanimu ya ube wini big ewo TV XYZ ya we no large pa kasepa ya enyasem ketwa win big live large ewo TV XYZ de hiane say ube dial star 426 hash 5 star 426 star 5 hash tie de bio star 426 star 5 hash network bia so star 426 star 5 hash network bia so o dial na so bo bramu a o be wini bega na se bia o be bo bramu e wo website no eso eno www.megacashlive megacashluckybox.com www.megacashluckybox.com na ho so wakwakọ odi agro no ho ebasa no a ubetimi adi sika beye 500,000 Ghana cedis ya wenu eye mega cash lucky box no na cha se wuchese wo bedi nkunimu ankasa eti se de bidi kaka e de hia ne se wo be dial *426*5# e wo network bia so se wo fie se wo dwam baby bia wo bia no fa okasa fidie no abribia eto TV XYZ na abribia tie de ekoso na wi ni big e wo mega cash eye lucky box no emo esan se betimi aboa ama wa wi ni sika bebre e wo harim se de emo no unya mfrinhia edunwotwe a hye no se onka ho National Lottery Authority for so edwo stamp atimu so etia na wa hye ne so sa ede amayen China Natural Herbal Hospital wo eye free health screening tieniye eye free health screening na China Natural Herbal Hospital wo eye enti animanimu ya wo kire se wo ene empanifo ahodo akontuma abomu ewo inside politics so a abreni abribia no wo ehwe se wo betimi aboa mapomudin atimi agya na so enti wo eye free health screening dia ma adehia anyado ahodo bebrenu adokrom wo ebi ti se bia bema o prostate no wo ha wo kidney ana diabetes wo ba wo nsabuo no enhye dansi so wo ha ewo mu no eye free wonyi sika bia wo hyasie eye January bosom da na toso nwotwe wo de beba wieye February bosom ye besimu ne da toso enwotwe anopa na nwotwe bia no ma hye ye screen no ase jumadie no ekoso ewo China Natural Herbal Hospital ye no ewo pokua se ye ACP Star Oil Filling Station no ekiri ho a na akọ eye ahyaman so a aje kwadwo ehon so na wom eye free health screening no etinyado ambo so enyina se ye kidney prostate no diabetes no or how woman na say bia wo diabetes oba obu nsa aniema enkoyie no China Natural Herbal Hospital say eye free screening and wo mo ye etitutu America bra nefa beda wo mo di fidie besi so aye nipadua no hwemu ahwe ye de nani so wo agina so amwaduro ama wo so wade wo ho ama wo ho atɔ o kwa wa yira kwan anasa adwumadie mu chichemu bia wo pɛ ye bro medie so no over China Natural Hospital hospital for 0242 435763 0242 435763 and afi 0243 715004 0243 715004 ofra wamo ebejo so China Natural Hospital na we see your general well-being are concerned we are the shima ye gina we so na ya de nsem ni nyina si ye nyina nim de ekoso vetting ahodo a ekoso ewo mai emu no ye ka cham se de free vetting no ase no ye nya botre na ye nemu edimu empensempensemu no abre no bibia atofom a ye bekoso a enemu edi empensempensem na adwuma ahodo a mampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama de ahye sampanifo we nyina nsa no ya hwese bibia betimi akoso kama nti Yankopon ya adom a ekena ye besan ato so biem de betofom bia no ye de beba abesum midin da chima akosia oforiwa ama for ministerial suide enche bia battlegrounds ohene ba bo ama benie obetena se na wode ato amoso me mamu nyina mo anitie ene hwa wogeme enyado